Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
There's something special about a local hometown bank. The pace is a little slower, the smile's a little brighter, and the relationship is, well, personal. Visit us in Gilmer or our new bank in Longview on the corner of 1844 and Judson Road. For over 120 years, Gilmer National Bank has been building relationships, one customer at a time. Come see us for all your personal, commercial, and agricultural needs, because we want to hear you say,
Gilmer National Bank. That's my bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jeff Traylor Stadium and the opening game of the 2023 season. I'm Todd Robinson, joined tonight by the voice of the Buckeyes, Mr. Jeff Rash. And Jeff, we have got the game of the week to kick things off. We do not wait to get it cranked up. Here in the dog days of summer, the Buckeyes are squaring off against probably one of the top 2 to 3 teams in the state. Number 13, Jeremiah Noble, and number 11, Caden Tennyson at the quarterback position that are all juniors. They've really had to step up the last 2 weeks against outstanding competition, probably as good as they're going to see into December, into the playoffs, and managed to win last week. Now they're getting to Eric back. Hand off to Henderson, left side, got some room in the end zone. 2 plays, and the Buckeyes score. Well, you got to right now be thinking that the guys in white are rolling their eyes and saying, oh my gosh, up the middle. Got a gas, touchdown. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They in the back. How about that?
While you still trying, I'm still shining, it's real blinding. And I'm getting out of tune, talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you, and I do what I gotta do. Let's go home.
Hand off, right side. Look at this big gap, and he's going to score. Untouched, Will Henderson. Finding gaps, finding seams. Buckeyes doing a great job of blocking downfield. And now we can start and find the poetry. Dropping back inside to number 3 to Eric Tate. Down to the 5, first and goal from the 5.
The coldest of teams, they know we great on tries. They know in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym. This is target and practice, yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting my feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, up like dress code. Pay me my respect.
That was a keeper, and they just slammed him with the turf. The right side gets a good block. Headed to the end zone, scores. Dropping back, launching one. Wide open, touchdown. That's number 13, Jeremiah Noble. Perfectly thrown ball. Yeah. If he throws that pass to Eric, they're going to dump it to Henderson. Out of the backfield, everybody picks up their blocks. And over the middle. And no flags. Touchdown Buckeyes. And now it's a tie game again. But here's the situation. We talked about this earlier. You got 6 minutes and 20 seconds left.
he launches one downfield wide open.
That's to Eric Tate.
And to Eric Tate wisely, he cuts upfield and finds his 5 yards plus, battles his way all the way down to the 1.
He is a stud.
That's a great run right there.
Only the Buckeyes can do with that kind of weapons on offense, and it comes down to this. Well-executed drive,
Right.
let's say that.
This is for the win with 0 seconds left, or we go to overtime. Even closer.
25 yards, not 30. Kick is up. And it's good again. Buckeyes win.
0 seconds on the clock. Buckeyes take the win. And Mom, I'm sorry you weren't here to see it. All of you Buckeye fans that leave, never, ever leave a Buckeye game, even if they're down. This was the best comeback I have seen in years. What a game. What a game.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Goodars & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Goodars & Young.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We are conveniently located on Highway 271 and Redbud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all of the teachers, administration, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We would also like to wish all of the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve. With the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Game. Here we are, folks. It is your Gilmer Buckeyes versus the Carthage Bulldogs. We've all seen this coming since about August. And here we are on the 1st of December, squared off in the 4A Division II regional quarterfinals, where pretty much two out of the, I would say, the best three teams left in this tournament are going to square off tonight for the crown of the regional champion in East Texas of Division 4A, Division II, Region 2, which has housed probably three of the best teams. That would be Pleasant Grove, Carthage, and these Gilmer Buckeyes. Of course, Carthage put Pleasant Grove last week out of the tournament. It was a close game, 34-31. It was kind of a lot of drama. Pleasant Grove had the ball inside of the Carthage 20 with a 4-point lead and 3 minutes left. And they had recovered a Carthage fumble, and all they had to do was run out the clock. They fumbled. Carthage showed a lot of poise, marched the length of the field, and showed why they're the #1 ranked 4A Division II team in the state, and marched down and scored to pull it out at the end, 34-31 over the district champion of District 7, which the Buckeyes are in. So all told, we're squaring off tonight with two of the best. This is the #1 team in the state. They're #1 for a reason. They are really, really good. We'll talk a little bit about why they're good. This matchup tonight between the Buckeyes and Carthage, we've said all year that this is probably one of those years that the Buckeyes match up better against the Carthage Bulldogs, which have won 8 out of the last 10 state championships. They've played in 10 out of the last 13. And if you go all the way back to the year 2000, these are pretty much the two teams that have dominated and been there at the end every single year. The Gilmer Buckeyes and the Carthage Bulldogs, absolutely two of the best 4A Division II teams in the state of Texas, and it's been that way for decades. So we've got a barn burner here tonight. We expect just a great football game. Everything is going to be on the line. The winner will advance to the Final Four next week. Just one game away from Jerry's World, and the loser starts basketball season tomorrow to get ready. And we expect another one of those tough games for the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes are going to have to come out and play their absolute best football. And you would expect that 4 rounds deep in the playoffs as we are today. And this is what you work all year for. It all comes down to this. the best versus the best, and we really look forward to what tonight holds. Jeff Rash, the voice of the Buckeyes, joins me. Jeff, it's not like we didn't see this one coming.
Well, we had hoped for sure all year long. We knew Gilmer had a good team, and we'd faced some good teams early on, and the form of Chapel Hill, obviously, the second game against Kilgore that I still maintain we should have won, but lost there in the last few seconds of the game, and then, of course, against Pleasant Grove decisively. And so you understand that Kilgore early in the season was only beat Kilgore by 3 points, and then they narrowly escaped getting last week, like you said, on a fumble and able to take the ball back down. They won by 3 points against Pleasant Grove. So, you know, you're talking about teams that we've played with and played solid with. We have the ability to do so, but like you said, Todd, they're ranked number one for a reason. They are definitely, one of the best teams in the state, probably the best team in the state. Again, Gilmer tonight, Gilmer tonight is obviously an underdog against Carthage, as is anybody that plays them. But they're going to have to put together 4 great quarters, no turnovers, controlled penalties, and most importantly, Todd, and I know you want to talk about this next, somehow we have to be able to have some control of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this is where Carthage is Carthage every single year. Obviously, the Buckeyes so dominant on defense last year, and of course, Caden Tennyson, as a sophomore, was hurt for this game. That came 1 week earlier a year ago, and now TCU Horned Frog MVP defensively of the state, Rowan Fluellen, had to play quarterback in that game. And you remember that game wound up being 28-7, but that was a 14-7 game. Lamar Bird had intercepted a pass, had a foot in bounds, as everybody later on saw, that was called out of bounds. Otherwise, the Buckeyes were in that game. And if you look back, Jeff, all the way back the last 4 times the Buckeyes have played Carthage, we've been in the game. Now, the state championship game 3 years ago, we got up 14-0, and we started out like a house of fire. And then, of course, all 21 of those Division I players woke up, and we didn't score again, and they reeled off 70 points. And that was really a mismatch. I mean, let's just be honest, that sometimes those teams, like you look back at the 2014 Buckeye team, the 2009 Buckeye team, we were the mismatch against everybody. You remember us just crushing teams like Salina that were powerhouses because we just had so much more talent. Tonight is one of those really, really interesting, really good matchups. But, Jeff, you hit the nail on the head. It all starts with the line of scrimmage. Our offensive line for the Buckeyes have played as well or better than they played pretty much in the last 5 years. I think everybody can agree to that. But when you look at these Carthage Bulldogs, they've got Braylon Allison. He's a junior, 6 foot, 280 as a defensive tackle. Then the monster, the nose tackle, number 54, James Morrow. He's 6 foot, 320, Jeff. And he runs from sideline to sideline at 320 pounds. And then the defensive end, Colt Hodges, the junior, 6'3", 230. They literally control the line of scrimmage on defense. And then you got 2 really talented linebackers. DeQuavius Beck, a sophomore, 6'1", 195. He's already got Division I offers already. He can run and tackle. And then Clayton Ingram, who was the MVP of the state last year, newcomer of the year, sophomore, 6 foot, 210. Those guys run and tackle, but they can run and tackle because nobody gets to them. Nobody blocks them because those 3 monsters up front eat all the blocks. So for the Buckeyes, you've got a core of 5 guys right in the middle of the line of scrimmage that pretty much control everything. And those guys have really had their way with everybody that they played this year, including Pleasant Grove. So for the Buckeyes, we're going to have to man up tonight. Now, I will say this, Jeff. I think we have advantages on the outside. When you've got Tarek Tate, when you've got Will Henderson, when you've got Brendan Webb, when you've got Jeremiah Noble, when you've got some of these guys on the outside, for the first time in a long time, I think Carthage is going to have a hard time, and we will take our shots containing the athletes. If you look at the teams that Carthage has had a hard time with, Kilgore early in the season. Kilgore was within 3 points of Carthage. It came down to the last second, and they got beyond and outside and over the top of Carthage because they're good on the outside, but I think we've got an athletic advantage. But where they are absolutely tough on defense is that middle 5 guys, and when they can control the line of scrimmage, it's gonna make us take our shots. They do a lot of stuff. Their defensive coordinator is one of the best in the business. They run some college schemes. You're looking at the cover sevens. And don't forget, Jeff, Carthage and Jeff Surratt, who is, long since been one of the pillars of 4A football in the entire state, a legendary coach high school-wise. His son, Jet, is the sophomore quarterback, already got 5 Division I offers. All their skill guys are young, but that core 5 up front, that really makes Carthage go.
It really does, and it's been that way since we've played them since Alan Metzel took over. If you think about it, Buckeyes went back-to-back state champion to 2 back-to-back state championships over the last few years, and the other 4 losses that Alan has incurred, Carthage. And every single time, if you go back and watch that game and go, where was the real deciding factor? Was it their skill kids? Did they have a great receiver we couldn't stop, or a running back? Nope. It was the defensive line and the 2 linebackers stacked behind them. For some, I don't know how they keep doing it, but they put together the most incredible defensive line. And if you can't control the defensive line, you can't win football games. And they are so good, that's what puts them over the top. Normally it's your quarterback, it's your running back, it's your receivers, whatever. It's maybe a stud linebacker. Here, it's the 3 guys up front that just take the entire 5 guys that we have to try to control. And what happens is they collapse pockets so they don't give you time to throw, and they shut down the run by filling the gap with those big guys, like you said, nose guard, 320 pounds.
6 feet 320. He's as wide as he is tall.
He's huge. And so, when you've got that kind of strength and that kind of power up front and that kind of width, quite frankly, to fill gaps, it's hard to run the ball north and south. You have to go to the outside, which then they're anticipating. So it's going to be a challenge. We read an article that was in the paper that Scott Surratt was interviewed, and he talked about what a tough game and how Gilmer's one of their rivalries. They know they have to get past each year, and they don't take it for granted. He said, I believe it, I'm paraphrasing, that he felt this was the best offense that they would face all year, and he named specifically, our speed. He said this is the fastest offense that we'll be facing all year, and he said they anticipate trouble because of that. But he said where they think that why he thinks they'll win the football game is that they think their offense matches up good against our defense.
Yeah.
And now I know he's been watching film probably before that article, but the Buckeye defense has improved every single week. And the last few weeks, they've come on, they've played more physical than they have at any other time of the year. The coaches, I think, have made some great adjustments. They've been able to effectively move Aaron Bell around in key positions depending on the offense that we were up against. And Aaron Bell, man, he has just come on these last 4 games. He has just been an absolute powerhouse, and he's going to need to have the game of his life tonight. Our front defensive line has played strong. They've played tough. They've done really good to protect those gaps. We've struggled a little bit. We haven't had size that we would love to have in the linebacker positions. We've got great secondary. So you're going to see a challenge in that because they've got a running back that's not far behind the talent level of ours, and you're going to see a quarterback that's being billed as one of the best in the state, even as a sophomore.
Yeah, Kelvin Edwards, the sophomore, he can go. He's a Will Henderson starter kid. I mean, he's that fast. He runs downhill. He runs tough. He will fumble, Jeff. That is the one thing that, trust me, this Buckeye defense is looking at already, is that if we can kind of create some turnovers, and we're probably going to need 2 turnovers, if not 3 tonight, to come out ahead to get some opportunities. The Buckeyes are ready for this challenge. They're going to take their shots. And, Jeff, I can tell you, the Buckeyes, as they come on the field, they've known this all year too. But the thing that's a little different, and I want to bring up 2 quick things. The Carthage Bulldogs played the 11th toughest schedule in 4A Division IIA this year for their overall season. The Buckeyes, the 6th toughest schedule. So all of that method to the madness of playing Chapel Hill and playing Kenmore.
If we had the 6th toughest, I'd like to watch a football game in the top 5.
Yeah,
I mean, we had some of the most ridiculous football this year. The first 6 games, absolutely on fire. And then we had 3, what used to be the norm, and then it was right back into the fire.
That's right.
So we have had a great year. These guys, there's no excuse. We've been prepared. We've played tough teams, and I think the coaches have done a good job getting these guys prepared. We're going to take a break now for the national anthem, and then we'll be back with the start of this incredible football game.
Back here after the national anthem as these two teams, captains, get ready to come onto the field as what will probably be a very, very critical thing, which is the coin flip. When you have two teams that match up as well as these two teams do, if both teams play as well as they can, right now the Carthage Bulldogs are 14-point favorites. I think that probably underestimates the ability of the Buckeyes, but really, Jeff, let's be honest, these Buckeyes have not put 4 of their best quarters together all year. They've put 2 or 3 together, and that's always been more than enough. Carthage, with Scott Surratt and the leadership, have really been consistent, and quite frankly, they've run off 26 wins in a row for a reason, right? They just expect to win. 29. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Since China Spring, who we faced in the state championship in our second year for Coach Metzel, beat Carthage and really just kind of manhandled them and physically beat them. And we've got the result of the coin flip. It looks like Carthage has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. So Jet, Surratt, and the the Carthage offense is going to go on the field first, and the black flag is going to take their shot to try to get a 3-and-out and stop them. Now, they're very balanced, Jeff. I will say this. I've run all of the plays that they've run this year through our NFL statistics. When they are in either 21 or 22 personnel, that's 2 backs, they run the ball 80% of the time. When they're in 1 back, they throw the ball 80% of the time. Now, Jeff, that does not mean that's what they're going to do tonight. It just means that of the teams that they've played, that's their tendencies, and normally they haven't had to do anything different than that. So we will see here the first test for the Buckeyes, as last week they really have focused on special teams, and especially the kickoffs. They didn't like the field position that they gave Aubrey last week in kind of kicking. Obviously, they're trying to kick away from number 1. And we will see if the Buckeyes behind Mr. Pate, whose leg has absolutely been money. He is such a weapon punting and kicking the football this year. What they decide to go with here. But it's going to be up to the black flag to see if they can come out and handle this running game. Of course, they are equally as talented up front on the offensive line. But the first foray, let's say, into this game is going to really determine the tone, and the Buckeyes are going to have to be willing to come out and be physical every play from the start.
All right, we're set for the opening kickoff. Might as well. And here's the opening kickoff. It is fielded on the 30-yard line, and look at this, Buckeyes, big hit right from the start. That sets a great tone. But here comes the Carthage offense, 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. And Todd, we said it, during pregame, this might as well be a state championship game because the last 8 teams, there's 4 games going on tonight, 8 of the best teams in the entire state. You're looking at what I think is number 1 and 2 right here.
Yeah, I think you're
right. So
this
is going to be a heck of a football game. And Buckeye fans, let's cross our fingers and toes and lay our ears back and send all our best wishes to these boys. They are in for the battle of their young lives.
Yeah, they are. Jet Surratt in at quarterback for Carthage, 1 back. They like to throw out of this set, Jeff. Buckeyes in zone. Man-to-man coverage out here with Eric Tate. Let's see what they decide to do here.
All right, they send motion to the right side. Here's the snap. Surratt drops back, quick pass out of the backfield. Going to pick up some big yards right from the start. That's going to be a 10-yard carry and a 1st down, finally hit by Aaron Bell. And Carthage off to doing what Carthage does right from the start.
Yeah, that's the first play they ran against Pleasant Grove last week as well, Jeff. They didn't complete the pass. This week they do complete the pass to the talented back. That's number 0, Kelvin Edwards. He is the sophomore. And he can really run in space. They were going to try to do what we try to do with Will Henderson, which is to get him out into space.
All right, Surratt standing back in the shotgun. Handoff once again, Edwards through the middle. Found a hole, breaks free, big run, finally dragged down there luckily at the end because he had a lot of green space there. Number 3, Eric Tate on the tackle for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you see him run the ball. He will put it on the ground and fumble, Jeff, but most of the time he gets to the second level before anybody touches him. He is not used to seeing contact in the backfield, and you saw it there that he got 4 yards in, made 1 jump cut, and it took to Eric Tate from the safety position to come and run him down into Buckeye territory, another 1st down for Carthage.
Yeah, 2 sophomores in the backfield for Carthage. That gives you an idea of the wealth they have. Dropping back, Surratt dumps one, short pass, and it is going to fall incomplete. As the receiver just drops that one, it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, getting pressure on Surratt, just a young sophomore, is part of the Buckeye philosophy this week. But again, you got to figure out how to get through that big offensive line. As you can see, Jeff, they're huge up front. And probably the best offensive line technically that the Buckeyes have faced. But you do not want Surratt to get comfortable there throwing the football, as Carthage does feel like that they can run and pass and feels very comfortable, as you mentioned at the top of the show, facing this Buckeye defense. There's a lot of poise there that you see in Jet Surratt.
Tight set, man in motion, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, 0, and Buckeyes on it instantly. And they swarm to the football. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like it. That's going to be 3rd and 10 as the Buckeye defense doing a good job laying their ears back here. 3rd down, money down.
Yeah, Cameron Brown coming through, making a huge stop there. But Jeff, you've got to watch out right now for number 7. This is their go-to guy. They will run. Here he comes. He's about a 6'5" wide receiver. They will go to him. They will also try to get overloaded zone and an out route to the wide side of the field. Surratt likes to throw to the right. But right now you've got Jamar Byrd man-to-man on number 7. That's what you really want to watch for. And that is the security blanket for Jet Surratt.
All right, motion out wide to the right, looking to throw to his left. Goes long, finds a man, pulls it down at the 35-yard line of the Buckeyes. And that is going to be just enough to move the chains.
There's his security blanket, number 7. Jamar Byrd man-to-man is not a good matchup. He's 6'5". He just goes over the top of Jamar and catches that ball. And time after time after time on film, especially when they get to 3rd down, that is where Surratt goes. He goes to number 7. That is the senior, Michael Fields. He is about 6'5". He has got a size advantage, and for Jamar Byrd, it's going to be a long night, man-to-man against that big, tall, long wide receiver.
All right, Surratt goes under center. One back in the backfield. Motion again. They like that motion. Fakes the quick pitch, trap inside, and they do a great job on their blocking scheme as they pick up another big 1st down and moving deep into Buckeye territory. Ball's now on the 22-yard line.
Yeah, this is a typical Carthage drive and exactly how they want to start out. They just come out, they pick, they lean on you with that big offensive line. You notice 6 yards was gone before anybody in a white jersey touched the running back there. That was number 20. That's Kristen Neely. He's a senior. He will come in and spell the young sophomore, especially with inside runs. But when they got 2 backs in the backfield, they will like to go to the run.
All right, motion again. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right side, looking to pass. Got a man open downfield, luckily overthrown, and drops that pass. That was also intended there. I think that's number 5.
Yeah, that was number 5, Brandon Manning. He's also the senior. But Brennan Webb got a little bit lost in zone coverage. And the Buckeyes have played the last 4 games in man-to-man coverage. Gone back to zone here against Carthage, probably a good strategy. But right now they are already in field goal range. And trust me, Carthage does not like to kick field goals. They've got a good kicker. They just don't use them very often. They're going to try to get a lot of clock eaten off. 9 minutes already left in this first quarter. They're going to try to put it in the end zone.
All right, here's motion again. You notice every play they're using motion here. Quick pass out to the right side, and look at that defensive play there by, I believe, is that number 7 Webb out there on the edge?
Did a fantastic
Did a great job of reaching around his block and grabbing the guy. What a good heads-up play.
Yeah, that is.
No, I think that may be Jeremiah Nova over there.
Yeah, I think that was 13. That was Jeremiah on that corner, really playing physical.
No, it was Will.
Was that Will Henderson?
Will Henderson, yeah.
That doesn't surprise me then, as he just ran around that block. But now 3rd down and 13. Now watch them run the football here, Jeff, because if they do, that means it's 4 down territory, and they're not thinking about kicking it if they run the football here. Jet in the shotgun.
All right, they send 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. They got 3rd and 13, so you know they're going to be putting it in the air here. And we're taking a timeout on the Carthage side of the ball, and that'll be their first timeout. And as they take a timeout, we'll take one, recognize our sponsors.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, we're back. Tyler, Texas, Rose Stadium. Gilmer Buckeyes, Carthage Bulldogs.
Now right here, Jeff, on 3rd down and 13 for the Buckeyes, 25-yard line is where the ball is spotted, knocking on the door of the red zone. And I think Coach Surratt here understands that, look, let's don't go for a long chunk play. Maybe they run the ball right here or try to go for like their security blanket to number 7 with that out route. We kind of called that on the last possession. They picked up the big 3rd down. That's where Jet Surratt, the quarterback, young sophomore, likes to go with the football. But if they run the football here, Jeff, that tells you that they're going for it on 4th down. They just want to try to cut this deficit in half. They need the 13-yard line for a 1st down.
3rd and 13. 2 receivers left, 1 right. The back goes out of the backfield. It's definitely a pass. Got plenty of time. Forced out of the pocket. Rolls to his right side. Fires one down the field. Drops it.
Fantastic. And that is just a lucky break. You see how good that Jet Surratt is when he gets pressure. And that is incomplete as that hits the ground, but it's going to bring up 4th down and 12 now. There's a player for Carthage that has his helmet off. He's going to have to come out of the game, but the offense is staying on the field right now, Jeff. That is tells you about where Coach Surratt is.
Well, that's confidence. I mean, that's all that is. They feel like, nope, we like our odds. We've moved the ball pretty steadily down the field, and we've only had a couple of incomplete passes. They think they can get open out there with Buckeyes playing zone, and so they're going to go for it.
Yeah, in comes number 2. He is Blake Marion, and remember, he ate us alive last year, Jeff, with those little out routes. They're going to come trips to this side.
All right, Jet's in the backfield by himself. Buckeyes are going to try to put pressure from the edge. Jet drops back, plenty of time, throws for the end zone. It's overthrown. Buckeyes will take over.
And we
got a flag on the play and a helmet off again. So it just kind of gives you an idea what's going on
Jeff,
down there.
I think the Buckeyes have knocked off a helmet, and that is going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Buckeyes. An absolutely inexcusable mistake against Gilmer.
Face mask. That is a lucky break for Carthage right from the start. And, there's a lot going on down there. And that, like I said, in the line of scrimmage, there's a big fight going on. But that is a huge backbreaker right from the start to give Carthage, of all people, 15 yards when they went for it and missed it on 4th down.
Just one of those things that you just cannot do. That's self-inflicted wounds. In a game like this, you just cannot, on a 4th down, just gift wrap Carthage Bulldogs a 1st down inside the red zone. The black flag really shooting themselves in the foot on that one, Jeff.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But Carthage sends 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to hand off the ball, 0 up the middle. Lots of room to run. He'll get in the end zone for the score. And that's just the luck we've had so often this year where we get a penalty at a crucial time. And that was very crucial.
Yeah, 7-point penalty. I mean, it's quite frankly, it's just inexcusable. You just can't do that against a good team. And, of course, Carthage is going to take advantage of that as they just run it straight down the Buckeyes' throat. But it's just a backbreaker when you got them stopped on 4th down and then you get just a self-inflicted wound with a personal foul. You just got to know the situation, and the Buckeyes are going to have to play really smart because they've just spotted Carthage 7 points.
They did, and unfortunate, but like I said, these guys down here, you're going to see, if you'll watch tonight, most people just watch the football, and the quarterback, the receivers, the backs. If you want to see where the real fight is tonight, watch the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of, that is the guys that are going to, earn dinner tonight because there is a big bunch of humanity down there fighting every play. And inadvertently sometimes as you're trying to get around and put pressure and get off the block, you get your hands where they don't belong. You don't intend to do it. You don't reach out for that face mask. It somehow or another just jumps in the way all the time. And so that is a crushing blow for the start of the game because that would have been a great way for the Buckeyes. That would have been a great mental victory for the Buckeyes to be able to stop them down there.
First drive.
20-yard line.
That's an 11-play, 69-yard drive that eats 3 minutes and 57 seconds off the clock. And that's just exactly the way that Carthage wanted to start when they elected to receive. And now that they have held serve, it's going to be up to these Buckeyes to come back and answer. and try to get the next opportunity. As we said before, Jeff, on 3rd down and 13, those opportunities don't come along a lot when you've got the Carthage Bulldogs behind the chains. And then when you got them on 4th down, you just got to get off the field. And to get off the field and have an incomplete pass, but to be the reason that they stay on the field is probably the difference right now in between 0-0 and the Buckeyes driving the other way and 7-0 and the Buckeyes playing catch up.
A lot of game left to play, so we'll take our licking and shake it off and come back. They're going to kick this deep down to the 5-yard line. We're going to get a return up the left side past the 20 to 25, got a hole for 30, and right around the 33-yard line, out of bounds. That was number 7, Brennan Webb, who's just had an outstanding year starting with game 2 against Kilgore.
Yeah, that was really his coming out party when Eric Tate was hurt and not able to play. And Brennan just blossomed, and he has gotten better and better each week ever since. And right now it's all about Caden Tennyson and these Buckeyes getting some consistency on offense. And again, watch those front 5. The Buckeyes need to just stay ahead of the chain, stay on schedule, and move the ball.
All right, they fake the handoff right from the start, roll to the right side, and it is caught by number 13, Jeremiah Noble, and that is going to move him forward just a little bit. I think it was a little thrown back behind him. It's going to be good for about 3 yards.
Yeah, and you might have seen it on camera, Jeff. Brennan Webb busted the coverage and was deep, and Caden just did not see him. Otherwise, that's a touchdown straight off the bat. Those safeties back there, not the same caliber as the defensive line, Jeff. They're vulnerable back there.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Henderson running hard, spinning, trying to get that extra yardage, which he does. He moves the ball forward. He's about 2 yards shy of the first down. Nice run there by Henderson. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, this is where the Buckeye offense wants to be, on 3rd down and manageable. And this is where, Jeff, you just got to play clean. You got to execute up front, and you got to pick up the first down.
All right, from the shotgun, Tennyson. They go on a long snap count here, trying to draw them off. Buckeyes do a good job of staying still, and no penalties there. They weren't able to draw that defensive line off. And here's the snap. Dropping back, rolling to his right side, and dumping one out to a wide open Brennan Webb, just short of the 40-yard line. That's going to be they're going to spot it on the 40. Great throw, great catch. I love the fact that they're rolling. They know the pressure that's coming on that defensive line, and rolling Tennyson is never a bad thing. He can throw well on the run, and he can also tuck it and run.
Yeah, and he moves the chains down into Carthage territory. And you can see, Jeff, these Buckeyes are going to be able to pick their spots here against Carthage. They just got to pick the spots to execute.
All right, here's motion, number 3, take. Fake blown play. And Caden Tennyson running for his life. He's going to be dropped for a big loss, as that was just a blown play from the start. A lot of confusion there in the backfield, and got that big game jitters going on, and that's going to be a loss of about 9 yards and bring up 2nd and 19.
Yeah, when that's a broken play, Caden's got to basically just pull up and throw it out of bounds, and you cannot take a 9-yard loss and get behind the chains like that. That is another self-inflicted wound there by the Buckeye offense to put himself way behind the chains.
All right, here's the snap. Quick pass, complete to Brennan Webb, left side. Brennan does a good job in heavy traffic of picking up about 10 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 9 for the Buckeyes.
Let me tell you why that's such a big play there, Jeff, because it gets it inside the 40 and probably puts us in 4-down territory. So with 3rd and 9, we want to get 4 or 5 yards here and make it a 4th and manageable. But for these Buckeyes, you see there's no room for error, right? The difference there is when it's 2nd and 19, now you've got to make 2 first downs in 2 plays. And for these Buckeyes, they've got to execute right here and at least get half this yardage back.
All right, one back in the backfield, fakes the handoff, going deep. Fly pattern down the right side, and it is caught, and flag on the play as well.
To Eric Tate being Mr. Sundays, as that is going to be a flag interference, going to give the Buckeyes a first down. But more importantly, Jeff, to Eric Tate caught that ball, got his feet in bounds at the 2-yard line. And they're saying it's incomplete. But
no, he's in. I'm watching the replay here. He's denying the.
He's saying it's the
penalty, and so that is. All right.
No, they are saying that is an incomplete pass, and they're going to give it 15 yards.
Man,
I thought he got a foot in.
I did too. I just watched the replay up here. I wish they'd throw it up again. But it certainly looked like he was inbounds to me. But again, I'm not down there. But a big 15 yards, and we'll take it. Gladly take it. Buckeyes keep this drive alive. That's going to be an automatic first down, ball spotted on the 24-yard line.
Now watch this set, Jeff. Aaron Bell in the backfield. Will Henderson split to the left in the stack formation with Brendan Webb. Another thing that you have not seen from the Buckeyes all year.
All right, 2 receivers left and right. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Look at this hole created by the Buckeye offense. Big run of about 9 yards. They're going to spot him at 8. That's going to be 2nd and 2. Buckeyes moving the ball effectively against this big Bulldog defense.
Yeah, huge confidence builder there, Jeff. You can imagine if you didn't have the personal foul penalty on 4th down, where we would be moving the ball like this. But these Buckeyes are seeing that they can play with Carthage and getting them some confidence early.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff, Will Henderson left side, got a little bit of room to run, picks up the first down all the way to the 10-yard line. This Buckeye offense looking good. This is what Scott Surratt said in the article that we read earlier. He felt like this was going to be one of the best offenses they faced all year. And I think I agree with him on that.
Yeah, especially when the Buckeyes are executing and playing like this. And Jeff, this is what a state championship game should look like. It comes down to the little things, right? You got 2 of the best teams. Both teams got to play their best. And so far, the Buckeye offense really answering the challenge early on. 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line, knocking on the door.
Buckeyes shift to the wide side of the field. Quick pass. Complete. Number 7, Webb, fighting for yardage, and look at this.
Touchdown, Brendan Webb! How about that effort?
I haven't seen the ref say it's a touchdown
Yes,
yet.
he did say it was a touchdown, Jeff. He said it was a touchdown.
Well, let's see here, because I think he's saying he's not in there yet. He got to the 4-yard line, evidently took a step out. Now, he dove at the last minute.
He hit the pylon.
He hit the pylon, but I think he stepped out before he did. It looked to me as though he did.
Great effort there by Brendan Webb, regardless.
All right, so Buckeyes done a great job on this drive all the way downfield. 1 receiver left and right. Handoff up the middle. Will Henderson in the end zone for the touchdown.
That is a touchdown by the Tomahawk. Number 1, Will Henderson, keeping his legs turning, and just like that, the Buckeyes answer. So, Jeff, if nothing else, these Gilmer Buckeyes have proven on their first drive that this vaunted Carthage defense is not as so much of a stonewall as they thought. And I think we got a ball game here on our hands.
Well, we'll see. It's a lot of game left to play. I go back to that state championship a few years ago. I've still got scars from that one.
14 to nothing.
14 to nothing up top. So I don't start calling games until late in the 4th quarter. Kick is up and good. Pate's good for it. And it is a tie ball game with 3:26 left to play in the 1st quarter. We'll be right back after these messages.
2-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back number 1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
All right, we're back.
Jeff, that was
Tyler, Texas, Rose Stadium.
7 plays, 4 first downs for, that was 67 yards. The Buckeye offense behind a couple of penalties there. And despite getting behind the chains at 2nd and 19, the Buckeyes overcome that and tie this ball game 7-7 with 3:26 left in the 1st quarter.
I love the offensive strategy. They're rolling, not staying in the pocket, not waiting for it to collapse.
Getting
those big
athletes
guys
in space.
That's right, and they did a great job of that. Not to mention the Buckeye backs and receivers, second effort to get yardage.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, other than that play where Caden maybe could have thrown it away and avoided a 9-yard loss, he really played well on that.
That was a great drive, no question. If he can do that all night, Buckeyes got a good chance of not only being in this game but winning this game. We got a pooch kick to the left side, fielded on the 25-yard line, and he's coming down the sideline, and the Buckeyes knocked him out around the 35. So here comes Surratt and the electric Bulldog offense back on the field.
All right,
they're
now
going to try to get downfield again. I'll tell you what, I know we ended up with a penalty and they ended up in 7 points a while ago, but I am impressed that the Buckeyes were able to make adjustments after that during that first drive and kind of get the feel, get some pressure on Surratt. And I like that they stood them up on 4th down and only got the points because they got a penalty.
Yeah, right now it's about run fit. Now 21, Horton playing man-to-man outside against number 7. That is Fields is not exactly something that makes me comfortable as they will take a shot, but we've got to get these run fits, and Big Bell playing middle linebacker has got to figure out a way to stop the run.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff, left side. Buckeyes are there. Look at this. Tarek Tate just waiting on him saying, come on, buddy. And I want to remind everybody that's listening at home, we're quite aware that we have a lot of East Texas listening to our broadcast tonight. We make no apology that we are a hometown broadcast team. We're not independent in any shape, form, or fashion. We are Buckeye fans
through and through.
Through and through. We were Buckeyes ourselves, and so if we seem to be a little slanted, if you're wondering about that out there, please don't make comments in the notes section because we unapologetically hear Buckeyes, right? But we are going to try to call this both ways. We know we're playing an incredibly talented team that we have a tremendous amount of respect for. Scott Surratt, what he's done in that program, and these boys are just incredible. This is what football is all about right here. Here's the snap. Scott dropping back, fires one across the middle, and he's hit instantly and can't hold on to it. Drops another one. You see that bullet that Surratt threw.
Yeah, that's the sit-down route. They normally go to that, but these receivers, that's the 3rd drop that Surratt's had so far tonight. Now, 3rd down and 10. This is the opportunity, Jeff. 3rd and long, the Buckeye defense has to find a way to get a stop right here. But watch number 7. 7 is the security blanket. I do not like that he's out there with Horton. Well, he gives up a foot out there.
But look over the top. You got Dodd sitting right back there. He's not wondering where the ball's going. He knows. And so watch him leak over. They're going to hand it off. And look at this. What a great call. Headed to the house, finally tackled, brought down by number 4, Bird, after a huge gain. And nobody expected that. Obviously, everybody was going, they got to throw it. And that's why Scott Surratt's got 9 rings on his finger.
Yeah, and that is where the Buckeyes just, these opportunities for 3rd down and 10, they don't come around very often. You've got to figure out a way to execute and run Phil right there. Stopping the run is the absolute best way to stop this Carthage offense. And when you get gashed for 40 yards, they just flip the field down inside the Buckeye 35. And this is exactly where the defense was the last time they made a stand.
All right, motion. Surratt under center, dropping back, got tons of time. Launches one toward the end zone. It's caught down to the 1-yard line. He dropped it.
That was broken up.
Boy,
Great
it looked
job
like
there.
I thought he reeled that one in.
Yeah, he did, and it was broken up at the last minute by Dodd there, who played strong safety. They took their shot, and they had him open, and you can see how much time Surratt has to throw the ball. My gosh, that route took 4 seconds to develop. And Surratt, so it has not so much as even had anybody touch him. That is just a credit to that big offensive line. 2nd down and 10 now behind the chains. Watch the run here. The Buckeyes got to find a way to run Phil.
All right, handoff once again. Big blocks up front. Nice run there by the back. Edwards, he gets about 7 yards. That's going to bring you 3rd and 3 for Carthage. And you'd love to see right here, actually it's more like 3rd and a long 4. And you would love to see the Buckeyes do exactly what they did in this same field position earlier on the first possession Carthage had and hold them here. That'd be a big psychological victory for the Buckeyes.
You've got to find a way right here. They're going to go empty. And watch Surratt, and now they've shifted into 2-back. This is usually a running formation for them.
All right, handoff. 0 up the middle, jerked down from behind. Who was it? Number 2.
Yeah, that is
for the Buckeyes. Castillo. That's Castillo. He's the one that had the big 3rd down tackle for loss of yards last week that helped the Buckeyes get out of there.
Jeff, remember what we said, 2-back, 80% of the time that they're going to run. Castillo knows that because I told him on Sunday after I run the stats, and he was already up there on Sunday with a film session. But, Jeff, here we go. 4th down, Carthage going for it. You have got to find a way right here to get a stop. This is the stuff that wins you ball games right here.
All right, tight set, 1 receiver wide left. It is number 4. We're going man-to-man with Bird. 1 back in the backfield, motion. Dropping back, looking to pass, fires one and drops another one. That's the 5th.
Eric Tate.
That is the 5th drop pass so far tonight against the Buckeyes. And guess what?
We got him off the field.
We finally got him. We got the turnover.
We got him off the field as the Buckeye black flag defense finds a way there. And now it's up to this offense to now we can game serve, right? Because we kicked off to Carthage. Now we finally found a way on 4th down to stop them. It's up to this offense now, 75 yards away, Jeff. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. They played fantastic, but only had 1 possession in the first quarter so far.
Empty back set. Now they bring Will Henderson back to the backfield. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Fakes the handoff. Heavy pressure. Forced to run. And he's going to fall down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a couple of yards on that one as he didn't have time to even look downfield.
Yeah, that's going to be the last play of the first quarter, Jeff. And we will take a break here as the Buckeyes found a way to stop Carthage. 7-7 tie at the end of 1 quarter, Jeff. So far, we've got a stalemate. Buckeyes have the ball, and 2nd and 12 when we come back right after this.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
All right, we are back in Rose Stadium, Tyler, Texas. The score is 7-7. Now starting the second quarter. Gilmer Buckeyes have the ball, driving downfield. 4 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. Empty back set. Here's the snap. Quick pass, complete to number 1. Look at this. Down the left sideline he goes. And finally forced out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Buddy, that could have been beautiful.
I'm telling you, well, get number 1 in space, and Carthage is right now saying, oh my gosh, that guy is as fast as we saw on film, as Will Henderson flips the chains all the way out to the 45-yard line, just getting that athlete in space. Great blocking out there by Brennan Webb, by Jeremiah Noble with quads to that side, Jeff. And that is something that we want to see a lot more of. Will in space running free is a good sign.
How about this offensive game plan so far today? I love what they're doing.
If you think Alan Metzler hasn't been working on this for a year.
I love what they're doing right now. I hope that we can maintain it, but I love the plan. Here's the snap. Rolling to his right side, being chased from behind. A lot of red jerseys. Turns the corner. Upfield, big yardage. Number 11 on the carry. First down Buckeyes. Across the 40 to the 37.
And Jeff, that's the same play that he took for a touchdown last week. Remember against Aubrey. Got the big block from Will Henderson. Will came out there, but big number 0, Aaron Bell, is in leading the way. And the Buckeyes get 20 yards on that, or 15 yards on that carry, all the way down to the Carthage 40-yard line. And that is a very, very well-designed play there by the Buckeyes.
If you've got Caden Tennyson, why wouldn't you throw all those guys out there to block and let him run? That was a great call right there by the coaches. Motion. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass, going long. Lofts one up, and
caught!
I think he pulled it down.
Caught! Touchdown, Buckeyes!
We're not sure who's got the ball yet. They're over there fighting for it in the end zone. We're going to find out right here if he reeled that in or
Touchdown,
not.
Buckeyes! Unbelievable.
What
Brendan Webb
catch in double coverage all over his back.
Just went and got it. That is the 1-2 that you see by Brendan Webb. And the Buckeyes take the lead here with 11-12 left on a huge play. Caden Tennyson throwing it up into double coverage, and Brendan Webb said, I don't care. This is my football.
Wow.
Touchdown, Buckeyes.
You talk about a fight for the ball.
Wow.
That is a fantastic double coverage. They were all over him, front and back. Goes up, grabs the ball. I couldn't tell who had the football. And lo and behold, Brendan Webb reels it in the end zone for the Buckeyes score. And these Buckeyes look like they came to play.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a quarter into this thing, and they just took a 7-point lead. That is a huge confidence boost because remember, Jeff, is the extra point up and good. The Buckeyes take a 14-7 lead. Jeff, if it's not for a self-inflicted personal foul, the Buckeyes have shut down Carthage for an entire quarter, and they do not even score in the first place. But Carthage has their hands full with this Buckeye offense who just went up top on them into double coverage. That's just will. That is just sheer Brennan Webb saying, that is my football. He goes and gets it. Buckeyes lead 14-7, 11-12 left to play in this first half. We'll be right back.
There's something special about a local hometown bank. The pace is a little slower, the smile's a little brighter, and the relationship is, well, personal. Visit us in Gilmer or our new bank in Longview on the corner of 1844 and Judson Road. For over 120 years, Gilmer National Bank has been building relationships, one customer at a time. Come see us for all your personal, commercial, and agricultural needs, because we want to hear you say,
Gilmer National Bank. That's my bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And we're back as the Buckeyes take a 14-7 lead on a 4-play, 76-yard drive, 2 first downs, and the big 45-yard bomb to Brennan Webb from Caden Tennyson, and the Buckeyes take the lead.
All right, they're lining up. Looked like for a second a short pooch kick. They're going to step back a little more and kick this one long, and it's going to be fielded on about the 7-yard line. Return down the left side, got a little running room, and finally forced out of bounds over there. You can't tell it. That was number 5 for the Buckeyes, and he has had a one heck of a year this year defensively for the Buckeyes. That's Hackett.
Demarion Hackett. And Jeff, there's why I like the long kick. He returned it for 25 yards, but he's just out to the 30.
Yeah.
Because we kick it so deep. That is a vast improvement of what we saw last week against Aubrey. And now this Black Flag, who is coming off of a stop of the Carthage Bulldogs, who has only scored on one half of their drive so far, they got to be encouraged. And if they can find a way right here, Jeff, to just turn the screws and to create opportunity. But, Jeff, the number one thing they better do is stop the run. It is the Carthage offensive line that blows big holes, and that little running back, Kelvin Edwards, who's a Will Henderson starter kit, he goes 30, 40 yards and flips the field, and the Buckeyes have trouble.
All right, one back in the backfield. Surratt drops back, looking to pass. Throws a fly route down the field. It is caught, and it is going to probably end up in a score as he just goes up and does a great job pulling that ball down.
Now, Horton cannot be in a better position, Jeff, but they're picking on number 21, Amari Morton. That is something that we saw before and said, hey, in a man-to-man coverage standpoint, that was man-to-man with Morton out there. And that is just going to be a battle that these big receivers just went up and mossed him. I mean, that's just the only way to say that, as Morton did not see the football, did not turn his head, and just like that in one play, the Carthage Bulldogs are within a point of tying this up.
Yeah, that was just a nice catch. He went up to the high point of the ball, pulled it down. They're going for 2, and I don't think they say he got it. They said he got across the goal line, so they're going to go up on top of Buckeyes 15-14. And this kind of game, that matters. That was a gutsy call right there by Surratt.
Yeah, back and forth as you just got man-to-man coverage, and when 21 is out there, he is giving up a foot in terms of coverage, and he's right in the right position, but he's got his head turned and does not see the ball. And 5 just goes right over the top of him.
I think if he just saw the ball, unless he can if he can jump 13 feet, because that ball was placed high, and number 5 jumps up, of course, obvious height advantage, and pulls it down. And so Carthage fighting their way right back into the game, obviously.
Well,
not a surprise to anybody.
Not a surprise, but that's not the pace that Carthage likes to play in getting back and forth kind of in a track meet. That's exactly where the Buckeyes are the most comfortable, and no love loss in terms of high-scoring games, as the Buckeyes have been in that fight all the preseason as they've been in so many close games. But a 1-point game just into the second quarter. Unfortunate there that the Buckeyes give up a 2-point conversion. But like I said, this Carthage team is the number 1 ranked team in the state for a reason. They're going to respond, and it's up to the Buckeyes to say, look, it's 4 quarters here. It's a long time to play football, and we just got to keep the pedal to the metal.
All right, here's the kickoff by Carthage. It's going to be a high kick, fielded by number 13 on about the 14-yard line. And I'm not sure what he was thinking. Jeremiah Noble there was he looked like he was waiting on a block to set up or something. He needs to turn that ball upfield and get upfield as quick as he can.
Yeah, or fair catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just one there that is tailor-made for the coverage team because he starts running exactly parallel, which is not what you want to do. You want to get upfield because you're not really going to outflank that coverage. You're so disciplined. But now the Buckeyes get the ball back, trailing by 1, but they've got 89 yards in front of them. 1st and 10 Buckeyes from their own 11.
2 receivers wide left, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, two to the right. Handoff up the middle, Will Henderson, and he dives forward for a gain of a couple.
Now, running at the teeth of that defense, Jeff, is probably not. You got to keep them honest.
Yeah, you got to
exactly
keep
what
them
they're
honest.
trying to
Every
do,
once in a while, you got to go up the gut.
Tough to make a living up there.
All right, here's the handoff once again, and they are all over him instantly. And he loses a yard there. That was Will Henderson on the carry. It lost 2 yards, so that's going to be 3rd and 10. And the Buckeyes feel a little momentum shift here as Carthage feels the momentum swinging to their side. Buckeyes need a first down here to kind of shift that momentum. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. 1 back in the backfield. Drops back, throws a fly route down the right side. Caught. And they're saying he's out. They're saying number 3 stepped out. That's the same call as a while ago. They'll hopefully show us a replay here in the booth. Sometimes they don't show the ones that are controversial.
Yeah.
But the referee standing right there obviously had the bird's eye view. He says it was caught, so Buckeyes are going to have to punt.
Well, taking the wind out of the sails, that one long play, then Carthage 3 and outs the Buckeyes inside their own 20-yard line. Now we're going to have to punt from our own end zone. This is one of those plays where you want to see Pate get about a 70-yard punt.
No kidding. He's capable.
And right now the Buckeyes, just in the last 4 plays, have really given up some huge momentum to Carthage.
No wind, so he's not kicking into the wind. He gets a really nice punt. Goes over the head.
Fumble.
He fumbles the ball. Buckeyes pick it up. Buckeyes have the ball. On the 37-yard line, the punter tries to catch it over his head, drops it. Buckeyes pick it up. And the Buckeyes pick it up. If you touch a fumble, it becomes a live ball, and Gilmer recovers, and that is a huge break for the Buckeyes. I thought Bird was going to scoop it up and run it in. He just decided, hey,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
That is huge.
That is massive. It's the first turnover of the night, goes in the Buckeyes' favor, and that is a huge break that the Buckeyes absolutely must take advantage of as they go from 3 and out on their own 11 to 1st and 10 from the Carthage 39.
All right, 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass, going long. Number 3, Tarek Tate, and it is, nope, he drops it. It's almost intercepted, and Tarek Tate, I believe, stripped it out of his hands at the last second.
Yeah, he did. That's great defense there by Tarek, as he doesn't take the inside route there to the post where exactly Caden threw him. That's really one on that's probably on to Eric, that he thought he could get deep on the safety, and the ball was not thrown. He ran out of field, right? I mean, it just was thrown a little bit too far as it was in the end zone.
Hey, I love seeing the Buckeyes going deep. They're playing reckless abandon here, and I love it. Handoff, number 1, Henderson driving forward, pulling 3 guys with him. Nice run there by Henderson. He gets all the way out to the, let's see, he's about 9 yards on the carry. That's going to be about 1 short. 3rd and 1. That was a big, strong run.
Yeah, that was a
Will.
great run by Will, because this is going to be, well, they're going to call it 3rd and 2, but Jeff, this is absolutely 4-down territory. 9:12 left in the first half, and the Buckeyes
handoff
are
left
down by
side.
1 point.
Henderson once again gets the first down.
Picks up 6 on that play. Great carry there by Will Henderson.
Down to the 25-yard line. They're going to spot it on the 26th. And Buckeyes pick up a first down, driving the ball. So 8:58 left to play in the first half. It's 15-14 Carthage.
Well, I got to say, Jeff, the Buckeyes have played well.
Oh, I'm so proud of these guys right now. Shift to the wide side of the field. Student body right could be another, quarterback keeper around the right side. Cuts up, lowers his head, picks up about 4 or 5 good yards. Nice run there by Tennyson.
Great call out to the wide side of the field. Will Henderson kicks his man out, and that is all he needs to pick up about 4 yards. I thought he got more than that. He's only marking that as a 4-yard gain, but I thought he got almost to the 20, and they're marking that with just let's say in the 2nd and 6 now.
2nd and 6. You can win football games 4 yards
Hey,
at a time.
I'm okay with that.
All
I'm
right.
okay.
Tight set by the Buckeyes. Henderson in the background. They're shifting to the right side again. Here comes the snap. Quick pass, complete to number 7, Webb, and they do a good job covering that. He picks up maybe a yard on that play.
Yeah, the problem with that play, Jeff, is to the short side of the field. So you got a 12th man out there called the sideline, and he's never missed a tackle. That sideline out there becomes the friend of the Carthage Bulldogs and reduces that space that they've got to cover and just gives Brennan a shorter window. But 3rd down and 5 now for the Buckeyes at the 22-yard line, maybe 4-down territory. But imperative here that the Buckeyes pick up a 1st down.
2 receivers right, 2 left.
Watch pressure here, Jeff.
And Buckeyes are going to take a timeout. And as they take a timeout to talk about it, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
And back to the action here with a big 3rd down and 5 for the Gilmer Buckeyes from the 22-yard line of Carthage. It has been a back-and-forth matchup all night tonight. These two teams playing as evenly matched as you possibly can imagine. Carthage leads 15-14 now, but the Buckeyes, off of a big turnover, off of a punt fumble, flip the field and really stay in this game after Carthage had 3 and outed the Buckeyes deep in their own territory. Now the Buckeyes have an opportunity to regain serve here on 3rd down and 5. Imperative that they pick up the 1st down, although it may be very well 4-down territory.
3rd and 5, 2 receivers to the left. Motion. They hand off around the left side. Throws a stiff arm, forced out of bounds. Will Henderson, and he is going to be...
He's going to pick up a 1st down.
I think he's just shy. Is he? Yeah, going to be 4th and about a foot. I think he thought he had it maybe. Otherwise, I think he'd have lowered his shoulder, tried to pick up that extra half a yard. But it is 4th and short.
My gosh.
Are they going to bring Bell in here? And now, you know, Carthage has seen this play. It's Aaron Bell in the backfield. Now, last week, you know, we tried to run a bootleg off of it that we tripped and wasn't able to execute it. They're going to hand it to Bell, and he bowls his way forward. That reminds me of old Mac from Dalen Mack, and he bowls his head and knocks about 4 guys over backwards to pick up the 1st down.
Huge play there for the Buckeyes, and Aaron Bell really manning up and putting his head down to pick up 6 big yards. We're going to have 1st down and 10 from the 13 now, and a little momentum here with the Buckeye offense trailing by only 1 point here in the 2nd quarter.
All right, here's the snap. Quick pass out to the corner. Touchdown to Eric Tate.
How about that? Absolutely mosses that secondary man.
Perfect thrown ball.
Absolutely perfect
Perfectly
pass.
thrown ball by Caden Tennyson. And Tate goes up in the end zone and pulls it down. And what a beautiful touchdown it was. So Buckeyes go back up on top. And with the now they're going to force them to potentially go for 2 at some point here.
At some point.
Well, you're going to have to.
I so hope it doesn't matter later on.
I do too.
It's 11 points difference.
Yeah, no, I hope
right now,
exactly
you got to
right.
stay within a 6-point margin, a 1-score game. And this is just that type of game as the extra point is up and good, and the Buckeyes regain the lead 20-15. Now, Jeff, let me talk about one quick thing, right? In a quarter and a half, we've scored 21 points. The Buckeyes win 96% of their games when we score
30 points or more.
30 points or more, and we are not even halfway through the 2nd quarter yet.
But
We've got 21 points on the board.
Say something before we start, celebrating here. That statistic doesn't always hold true if you're playing Carthage. That's all the other teams that we've played, but not necessarily Carthage. Yeah. I'm going to tell you.
They've been inoculated.
Yes.
They've had the Buckeye 30-point vaccine.
Listen, I'll promise you right now, there's a lot of shocked people that are getting scores right now around East Texas that the Buckeyes are in this. But I want to remind you, we played Carthage at home last year. We went in, 1 point down at halftime. And we came out and Carthage,
exploded
turned it on. So we cannot, You can't get overconfident here. The Buckeyes are going to have to not get comfortable.
We got to keep playing 4 quarters. It is going to take absolutely 48 minutes tonight, but the Buckeyes.
How about how Tennyson's playing?
Yeah, out of
and
his
I
mind.
love how they're calling the long shots. I love it. Fielded on the 15-yard line, returning down the left sideline. Buckeyes closing in on him, and they get him just past fumble on the ball, but it rolls out of bounds. Wouldn't that have been great? To get another turnover, that'd been a backbreaker right there on the 30-yard line.
That would have been fantastic. But, Jeff, right now.
Todd, how sick does it make you right now looking at 21-15 that we had a penalty that gave them the first 7?
And that was, Jeff, in a 4th down conversion. The play didn't matter. He threw it over his head. Jet Surratt threw the ball out of the end zone. It was a stop on 4th down. Otherwise, we looking at maybe a 21-7 lead right here. But Jeff, this is that time of game, that type of game that none of that matters. None of the what ifs matter. You got to see the next opportunity, and you got to take advantage of it. So far, the Buckeyes doing everything right here tonight.
You got to play perfect in this game. Perfect all night, 4 quarters. Here's the snap, handoff, left side. Closing in on him, and look at that defense there by number 4. Is that Bird over there?
That's Bird over there at the quarterback position.
That's number 5. That's Hackett again.
That's Hackett, and he has played a tremendous game so far tonight. The special teams tackles, and again, Jeff, let's just dial in the importance of that play. 1st and 10 if you pick up 6 versus you pick up 1. That puts Carthage behind the chains, and again, Jeff, they're going to go into a running formation here. But watch the play action off of this and the back out of the backfield for a wheel route.
All right, motion, short side of the field. They hand off. A lot of traffic up there, but he somehow finds a hole and gets out to the 40-yard line. He's going to be right at the marker. I think he's going to get it. Yeah, they're going to spot him first down as he gets out to the 41-yard line.
That's
nice
Edwards.
Run. He does a good job of just cutting out away from the traffic.
Yeah, he cuts back, but that's a design cutback play that you've seen. That's why they've got 9 guys basically on the line, and he cuts that back right where they're blocking. And for number 9 there for the Buckeyes is Cameron Brown, who's standing out there on an island as a defensive end, taking on 4 guys all by himself.
1 receiver left, 1 right. Quick pitch, left side, 0. Cuts up field. Dragged down hard after about a 4-yard gain. I didn't see who got a hand on him, but boy, that defense. I've not seen the Buckeye defense play this physical yet. This is their best half. Let me say it that way. So far, this is their best half of football so far. They are playing with reckless abandon right now.
We got a man down, Jeff. We're going to stop the clock. I'm going to see who that is.
As they're checking on him, we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
All right, Harrison Lofton was down with a slight injury, but he got up and walked off on his own. That's fantastic. Crucial part of the defense.
Jeff, if we can think out loud here, normally you do not see negative plays. What have you noticed? No pre-snap penalties for Carthage. That's why they're Carthage. They just do not make mistakes. They take advantage of every opportunity. You got Jet Surratt, who's just a sophomore, but he plays like Frank Harris down for UTSA. He's like a 7th-year senior.
Yeah, he really is. 2nd and 5. Carthage looking to convert and moves the ball down the field. Motion. Drops back left side. Down the sideline he goes. And flag on the play. They both turned to look at the ball, and both eligible receivers at that point, but Buckeyes, unfortunately, going to get the penalty. You see he turns back. In fact, I would tell you that looking at the replay that the offensive player tangled up with him. But unless somebody overrides that, that's going to be 15 yards automatic first down.
He turns, and I think the offensive receiver drags him down. But the Buckeyes are not used to getting breaks here. As on 2nd down and 5.
No foul on the play. Good deal. All right,
that
one of the other refs saw it.
That is a good call. That brings up third down now.
If anything, that should have been an offensive penalty.
Absolutely.
And we didn't get that a couple of weeks ago, when we needed it.
But what a play there by number 5, who's played out of his mind. That's Hackett, who turns around.
No, he did a great job. Now, that would have been probably all. It would have been interference had he not turned.
Exactly. He turns his head. It saves the Buckeyes a call, gives up an opportunity to not have a first down. But right now, Jeff, it's about run fits. And number 0 running the ball here to the wide side of the field.
All right, Surratt goes under center.
Here it comes.
Quick pitch, left side, heading upfield, dives forward, gets the first down.
And it's so frustrating when you can see it coming.
This guy, well, got a Carthage Bulldog getting up a little slow, but first down, driving the football. This is what they do, right? I mean, these guys pound the football down your throat.
And they got that huge offensive line, but it's about finding the opportunities to get those run fits, which is just plugging the right gap at the right spot. And first down now and 10. They like to throw on this down, Jeff, especially out of a one-back set. Watch for number 7 out on the wide side of the field.
All right, Surratt goes under center, fakes the handoff, looking over the middle of the field, fires across the middle of the field, and what a great catch. I thought we had that defended. Brendan Webb was on the defense. That's number 5 who scored the touchdown a while ago against Morton. And I thought Brandon was all over him, and I thought he batted it away. Somehow or another, number 5 reels it in. That's a great job there by the receiver.
Yeah, and Jet just puts it up there where only he can catch it. Jet, he's 6'3" receiver. He towers over even Brendan Webb at about 5'11", 6 feet, and comes down with that ball and once again flips the field for Carthage. It's first and goal with 5:05 left here in the first half, and Carthage now in a first and goal situation.
All right, probably going to the run here. Handoff up the middle, touchdown.
Too easy.
Untouched.
Too easy.
And Buckeyes give up a score to Carthage on the big play. So that's 2 big pass plays.
Both to number 5.
Both to number 5, and he has been their weapon of choice so far here tonight. Very effective.
Yeah, so predictable, Jeff. We can sit up here and tell you what play's coming, but go stop it. Right? It's why they're Carthage.
I thought Webb was in great position.
He was in great position, made a great play on the ball.
He did a great job.
Just a better play by number 5.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. I don't know how he held on to it. That was just a great effort there by the receiver. Extra point up and good for Carthage, and it is now 22-21 with 5:02 left to play in the first half. I am very pleased with the Buckeyes tonight. We'll be right back after these messages.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
All right, we're back in Rose Stadium, Tyler, Texas. Gilmer Buckeyes 21, Carthage Bulldogs 22. With 5:02 left to play in the first half.
Going
to be fielded on the 10. Down the left sideline, number 7, Webb, spinning out of tackles, gets all the way down to the 38-yard line. They're going to spot him on the 36.
Good return there by Webb.
That was a good return.
And just picking his spot and really getting up behind his blocker. That's his trusted running mate there, number 13, Jeremiah Noble, that he blocks so well for his size. I mean, it's unbelievable what a great football player he is. But good field position, first and 10 Buckeyes from their own 36-yard line, 4:55. You like to see a nice 4-minute drive here as the Buckeyes are going to get the ball to start the second half.
4:55 left to play in the first half. Here's the snap. Handoff, number 1, right side, turns upfield, and they're going to drop him for a loss of 3. And that takes too long to develop around the right side as Caden has to run him down to hand him the ball. And everybody came up. It would have been great if he'd have just hang on to it and dropped something over the top.
Yeah, and you talk about Carthage and the linebackers getting out there to make the play. They get to make the play, Jeff, because nobody's blocked them. And they're running free. It is a wind sprint downhill, and it is 2nd and 12 now for the Buckeyes.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Drops back. Caden Tennyson tackled by his own guy. He just trips over Rocha down there at number 70. So that is going to be another loss of 7 yards. And Buckeyes are pinned back 3rd and forever, 3rd and 21 on the 25-yard line. Yeah, that's just an opportunity for us to throw a bomb right here. That's all that is.
This is we cannot continue to put ourselves in these situations if you're a Buckeye fan. You just got to give yourself a chance. And 3rd down and 20 deep in your own territory, even if you're getting breaks like punt fumbles, is not the recipe for success.
All right, dropping back. We need this one bad. It's up to number 13, Jeremiah Noble. Clutch play.
What a catch.
First down, and what a perfect pass by number 11, Caden Tennyson.
Yeah, bailed us out once again. Jeremiah Noble turning over his opposite shoulder to make that catch. Finds it, gets 2 feet in. That's a completion in an NFL rank. And what a play there by Caden Tennyson. Pulls it out of the fire and flips the field for the Buckeyes. 1st and 10 now from Carthage's 41-yard line. Jeff, we talked about it. The strength of their defense is their inner 5, but they can get lost on the outside, and the Buckeyes do have an advantage. We just got to play smart and execute.
Buckeyes, I think, feeling confident, realize they are evenly matched with this Carthage team. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Henderson fighting off a block. Look at this guy just running hard up the middle, dragging some really big guys with him.
And he's so strong, Jeff. But 8 yards on 1st down is something that I will take every single day and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, they gave us 7 there, but I'll take 7 as well. 2nd and 3. Henderson running hard up against that big Carthage defense. And Buckeyes feeling good. 3:04 left to play in the first half. They want to get down here, eat up the clock, as you said, Todd, and try to get some points on the board to go in at halftime ahead. Heavy pressure, forced to run. Number 11, Tennyson, gets to the 35-yard line. That'll be a loss of about a yard.
And, Jeff, that's typical. You see a no gain there, tackle by Clayton Ingram, the junior linebacker. And he makes that tackle because nobody is blocking him. Yeah. It is all this offensive line can do, Jeff. And it's not just that Gilmer's playing bad. This is every.
They're doing the right strategy.
You ought to have seen what the big 300-pound monstrous Pleasant Grove line had to do with these guys last week. They're just that good.
They're doing it right. They're doing exactly right. This has been a great strategy so far here tonight. Handoff, number 1, left side. He's got the corner. Down the sideline, he scampers. 1st down, Buckeyes. That was huge, as they had one of their D-backs fell down as Will cut to the left side.
And Will bounced that to the outside, uses his speed, and Carthage has no answer.
He was blocked down. I just saw the replay here.
Yeah, that is just Will being Will, and moves the chains just on his legs. 1st and 10 Buckeyes now from the 25. 2:13 left to play in this first half. Buckeyes driving, trail by 1 point. Jeff, remember, we get the ball in the second half, and right now this offense for the Buckeyes playing lights out.
All right, 2 receivers wide right, 1 to the left. Drops back, looking to pass, rolls to his right. Gonna have to run it. Steps up, look at this, lots of room. Downfield he goes, slides down at the 10-yard line. Caden Tennyson made a wise decision. He had nobody to throw to. Tucks the ball and runs. What a great job there by the senior.
Yeah, trusting his feet, as Scott Surratt said in the pregame interviews. Hey, look, don't take anything, and he's talking to his own fan base because Caden Tennyson only played 1 quarter against Pleasant Grove. Shows you his value right there with his legs.
1st and 10 from the 10. Handoff. Henderson tucks upfield. Look at this. Stays on his feet. Look at this. Dragging him all the way to the 1-yard line.
1st down.
What an incredible run by this senior. What a run. Look at him. He slowly goes up in the middle, dodges tackles, spins, drags 3 guys to the 1-yard line, and the Buckeyes knocking on the door. 1:39 left.
Yeah, we got a timeout on the field. I think it's Carthage. And right now, Will Henderson's Will no pun intended, just absolutely sets up a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. With 1:39 here left in the first half, Jeff.
I don't like the amount of time left on the
That's
clock.
exactly what I was
sitting
going
here
to say.
thinking, what do? You run up and you got to take the points when you can get them, right?
Yeah,
it's stupid to even think about.
What you do right here is you bring in number 0, and you basically hand him the ball and push, and if they stop you and stonewall you, we got 3 more downs.
You got 3 more tries.
If we can do the old stump Godfrey and take some time off the clock here, the Buckeyes have a chance to really do what's called in the quarter, which means that they could score a touchdown here, get possession in the second half, and then go up 2 scores if they can score going into the third quarter would be huge right now. And let me tell you something, Jeff, right now through a half of play, minus 1 minute and 39 seconds, I know a lot can happen in a minute and 39. You could not ask for the Buckeyes to play a better game than they have so far here.
No, we said they needed 4 perfect quarters. They played 2.
They're halfway home.
2. They're halfway home. If they can do this again, they can win this football game. And I'll tell you what, if you're a Buckeye fan right now, not only are you nervous, but you're welling up with pride right now just watching these guys fight an incredible football team like Carthage. All right, so there's the first try. And that is right back to the original line of scrimmage. Like you said, Todd, that's going to continue to eat clock.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll take that. Now they're going to call, did they call another timeout?
Yeah, Carthage is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, to stop the clock.
Yeah, Scott Surratt's on the field, Jeff.
Yeah, he's in the huddle.
Yeah, let me tell you, when Scott Surratt is so frustrated that he's got to burn a timeout and he's on the field and he knows what's going to happen, I like that. I can deal with that.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm sitting here, you always watch body language of the players. You can see Scott, he is really upset down there at them. But you watch body language right on the field, and you can tell when a team's feeling it and they're amped and they're jumping around and they're moving fast and quick, and you can tell them when they're starting to go slow and they're frustrated. You can just tell by their mannerism. And you look how slow they're walking back over there to get lined up on the line. These guys are, I think, stunned and frustrated right now with where they are in this football game.
Yeah, they're not used to this. They're 13-0 on the season. But, Jeff, remember what we talked about. All the way back at the beginning of the season against Chapel Hill, there is a method to the madness with Alan Metzel in saying we are going to punch above our weight class for the first 5 games of the season. I don't care if we go 0-5. We're going to play tough teams. Carthage has the 11th toughest schedule in 4A Division II. The Buckeyes, the 6th toughest schedule in 4A Division II. Right now, what's happened in this first half, Jeff, is these Buckeyes have determined we can play with Carthage.
All right, they're doing the same thing. They're lining up Bell in the backfield. And minute 27 on the clock. They hand it to Bell, and Bell's going to stop him again. So they stop Bell a second time, but Carthage has
one timeout.
One timeout to use. And that clock continues to roll.
Yeah, here
minute
comes Will.
9.
And Jeff, you remember the same play they ran against Aubrey last week to the wide side of the field with Will getting out and using his speed with 58 seconds remaining at 3rd down. So for Coach Metzel, and this is the down, and we've spent 2 great downs. Here is the handoff.
All right, Will Henderson around the right corner. He gets drugged down at the 6-yard line. And so you got to think that Allen's going to come take a field goal at this point because it's 4th down, 36 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, if he doesn't, it's the call of the game.
It's either hero or zero right here. 30 seconds. What we have done is taken the ball away from Carthage to be able to. No,
Allen's going to milk all this all the way down and kick a field goal.
He's going to kick a field goal at the last second, and Gilmer will be able to go back up on top. And instead of being down a point
with a 2-point lead,
you'll be a 2-point lead, and so that changes a lot. So they're not giving them any time right here. They're going to call a second. 5 seconds left on the clock, and Buckeyes call a timeout. That is great clock management. I really would have liked a touchdown there, but I will take 3 points and go in on top.
Think about it. If you score with a minute 39 left and they come back down and score again,
you didn't win.
What are we doing?
Yeah, that's right.
So at the end of the day, this is a plus 3 points that prevents them from being able to answer, and we get the ball to start the second half. Mr. Automatic 32, and I'm going to knock on wood, knock on my head, knock on everything that resembles anything to not jinx here. Brother Pate and his leg, who has been absolutely golden all year long to come in and kick the field goal and give the Buckeyes a 2-point lead. They're down 22-21, 5 seconds remaining in the first half, and what a half it has been for these Gilmer Buckeyes.
And so here's Pate, number 20, Will Gross into hole. Need a good snap here, and go in 2 points ahead. Ball spotted on the 6-yard line. It's a good kick, good hold, right down the gut, and Buckeyes go up on with 0 seconds, 22-21.
No, 20,
should
20,
be
24,
24. Yeah.
They just have not switched the scoreboard
yet. Yeah, they
yet.
had switched scoreboard. 24-22. And who would have thought? I guarantee you right now, all around East Texas, when they start announcing scores, which we're going to pull some up here in a moment for the other games that are happening in 4A Division II. But people are going to be shocked. See the Buckeyes enthusiastically running back to their locker room, and Carthage is going, what in the world? We didn't realize they were quite this good. Both teams are going to go in and obviously make adjustments on both sides of the ball. So this is, you got two of the best coached football teams in the state of Texas playing each other. Not only do you have two of the best teams with two of the best sets of athletes, you definitely, without question, have two of the best coaching staffs on, two of the best legacy coaching staffs in football on this field tonight. So if you're watching this game tonight, you're watching a great game. If you bought a ticket, it's even better. We'll be right back after these commercials. We're going to throw you down and watch the bands, and we'll come back with some statistics and the second half of play. Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We are conveniently located on Highway 271 and Redbud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all of the teachers, administration, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We would also like to wish all of the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
Webster County, the UIL Sweepstakes award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band. And now we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a dance floor routine to Pretty Fly.
Aaron Bell, senior, fullback, middle linebacker.
Will Henderson, senior, running back and quarterback.
Elias Castillo, senior, inside linebacker, fullback.
Jamar Bird, 2024, receiver and corner. Hey, let's get it.
Terry Tate, senior, wide receiver and DB.
Damari Hackett, senior, number 5. Hey, we out here.
Connor Dodd, senior, wide receiver and safety.
Brendan Webb, junior, receiver, DB. Alex Sims, junior, running back, outside linebacker.
Jaden Edmond, senior, quarterback, free safety.
Caden Tennyson, class of 2025, quarterback.
Todd Manson, junior, receiver, DB.
Jeremiah Noble, junior, outside linebacker, receiver. Dervay Smith, senior, running back, and outside linebacker.
Micah Easley, junior, wide receiver, safety. Let's roll it.
Harrison Lofton, senior, outside linebacker, hooker.
Grayson Bates, fullback, inside linebacker.
Jordan Escalante, junior, quarterback, outside backer. Bentley Trainer, receiver and corner.
Will Gross, senior, inside receiver, cornerback. Go Bucks.
Amari Morton, junior, receiver, DB.
Jason Merrill, junior, running back, outside linebacker. Atavian Prom Hector, sophomore, running back, and safety.
Kobe Webb, senior, receiver, outside backer. Devin McDonald, sophomore, middle linebacker, fullback. Daydream Jimerson, junior, running back, corner.
Nick Zimmerman, senior, fullback, linebacker.
Luke Hollyfield, senior, fullback, middle linebacker. Mason Denton, junior, middle linebacker and fullback.
Braden Pate, junior, outside linebacker.
Jerry Dean, junior, middle linebacker.
Nehemiah Henderson, senior, inside linebacker, fullback. Leno Diaz, senior, fullback, inside linebacker.
I'm senior, Duhai, junior, running back, corner.
Noah Connets, junior, wide receiver, cornerback.
Max Walker, junior, wide receiver, safety.
Cameron Brown, senior, D-line.
Hudson Wynn, junior, D-line. Jeff Bates, sophomore, offensive line, defensive line.
Justin Jones, senior, inside backer, and wide receiver.
Griffin Hill, senior, defensive end and tight end.
Tyler Hagler, sophomore, O-line, D-line.
Ezekiel Aguilar, senior, O-line, D-line.
Justin Anderson, offensive line, defensive line.
Alex again, junior, O-line, D-line.
Ryan Andrews, junior, O-line, D-line.
Senior, Sean Wallace, offensive line, D-line, number 55. Nathan McVicker, O-line, D-line, sophomore.
Aiden Summers, O-line, D-line, junior, 2025.
Spencer Murphy, senior, O-line, D-line. Chance Walker, sophomore, O-line, D-line. My name is Terrence Wahim. I'm a junior. I play offensive line and defensive line.
Felipe Rocha, I'm a junior. I play offensive line and defensive line.
Hunter Burney, O-line, D-line. I'm a junior.
Lucas Cano, junior, O-line, D-line.
My name is Fernando Delgado. I'm a junior. I play D-line.
Jeremy Pilcher, senior, offensive line.
Logan Thornley, I'm a junior. I play inside receiver and outside linebacker.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tyler Rose Stadium. The Gilmer Buckeyes on top of the Carthage Bulldogs, 24-22, as we're doing halftime festivities. And I'm joined in the booth by our lead sponsors, our actual top dogs, has been since we've been doing this broadcast. I think I'm joined with Godarzi and Young, and I have both Godarzi and Young in the building. Guys, how's it going?
Well, first of all, it's such an honor to be here. As we walk through the stands, I saw many of your classmates from 1989, many of my classmates from 88, and many of Marty's classmates. And it's a homecoming. And what I'm reminded of every single year as we travel around the state of Texas, trying cases, taking depositions, it doesn't matter if it's in Houston, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Dallas, everybody knows about the Gilmer Buckeyes. Of course, it started years ago when Jeff Traylor came in here and turned our program around, and now, with Coach Metzel. So it's just such an honor to be here watching these kids fight, and so proud of how the game's going so far.
Well, you guys have been our presenting sponsor now for several years, and you guys have done a lot for the community, and we're going to talk about that if you don't mind here in a minute. I know y'all sometimes shy away from talking about that stuff, but I'm gonna try to force you. I'm gonna twist your arm a little bit. But so far, what do you think of this football game? Is this what you expected, Marty?
I've been very impressed with the play call and the team speed that we've got. I think, if we play smart, don't cut down on the mistakes we're making, keep running our offensive plays, and the speed can get to the outside, I think we've got a good chance of winning this game. Very excited for our boys.
I am too. I'm excited about it. And of course, both of you guys were Gilmer Buckeyes back in, let's see, you graduated 88, Brent. You went in 91. And so both of y'all have worn orange and black down here before, so it is a big source of pride. The Carthage Bulldogs are a little nervous right now because they were kind of hoping for that 10th championship ring. I'm not sure what we're going to see by the end of the night tonight, but I've been really impressed with both offensively and defensively with the Buckeyes.
Well, I think Carthage let our boys hang around. I think they believe now. When any team starts where they believe they can win, they take it up a higher gear, so we've got a shot.
So let's shift gears for just a second. Let's talk about it. We just came out of Thanksgiving, and obviously the Buckeyes, for the 17th, guys, I don't know if y'all know this stat, 17 years in a row Buckeyes have practiced on Thanksgiving morning, which is just phenomenal, right? And and that means that you're at least 3 deep in the playoffs, and that's been good stuff. But you guys also celebrate Thanksgiving every year in a big way with a big turkey giveaway. And my understanding is y'all gave away between Tyler and Longview this year over 1,000 turkeys. Is that correct?
It is. In fact, we are blessed in that Bear Creek helped us, actually have more turkeys this year. Last year, there was an avian flu that killed a great many of the turkeys, so we ran out of them last year. But this year, they were able to get their hands on more. Of course, for the Christmas, we're going to be giving out hams both in Longview and in Gilmer, and it's a pleasure to be able to give back again. What me and Marty do on a weekly, monthly basis is exactly what we learned on this football field all over East Texas, and that is the harder you work, good things happen. And it's just an honor to be here, and I'm reminded of the times back when we all played, in the hot summer days and two-a-days, and just how important it was. And that was, probably one of the greatest times of my life. I miss it every year when the grass starts to cut in August. I remember the times with Coach Jackson, Coach Bill.
Two-a-days.
Yeah, two-a-days, just the great times that we had.
No water breaks.
No question. Not the breaks they get. And we didn't
these guys get Gatorade and water, man. I'm like, what a bunch of sissies, man. We got one drink the whole practice back in the day.
I can remember there was games we played where at halftime all we got was one handful of ice. You remember those days?
Child abuse.
It was child abuse. They did. I tell you, that's when they didn't have child labor laws back when we were doing it. But they worked us hard. But you're right. We always talk about that the football stadium is the biggest classroom on the campus because you learn so many things that you're going to learn in classrooms too, but not to the extent that you learn hard work and teamwork and learning that life is a great equalizer. The harder you work, the more reward you get for it. And talk about that as you guys have kind of taken that you learned in Gilmer from all those coaches we shared. How do you take that into you're literally one of the most successful law firms in the state of Texas, actually nationwide, with the number of verdicts and stuff that you guys have pulled off. How has that correlated from your time in high school and Gilmer to where you are now?
Well, I'll say this. There's not a month that goes by that we're not in some courtroom or some mediation with a bunch of lawyers. It doesn't matter if they're from Harvard, Stanford, or Yale, and they look at me and Martin and say, why do you continue to fight as hard as you do? You guys have accomplished a lot, and a lot of people would retire or do whatever, and we're like, look, to truly understand us, you got to understand our hometown and the people we grew up with, and the grit that it instilled in us, and the need to always go out and compete and outwork and overachieve no matter who your opponent is. So that's what we learned on this football field, and you're exactly right. They're one of the greatest classrooms I ever attended was two-a-days, the athletic field, just getting up and competing when you shouldn't win, but you know better than I've got to do it. So
yeah, you got to dig down and find that other gear. And talk a little bit about, I know one of your commercials you guys talk about your grandpa, and how he instilled hard work in you. And one of that same commercial, you're throwing brush on a fire and building fence and that kind of stuff. When you grow up doing that kind of stuff in East Texas, don't you think that gives you a leg up on those people that don't really understand what sweat's all about?
Well, so many times, again, our opposition will be trying a case in 2 weeks against a national oil company, and their lawyers, no joke, are from Houston, New York, and Chicago, and they don't understand Texas work ethic. They don't understand what a catch pen is, what piling brush is, what working in a garden is, what a weed eater is. And that's actually came up in the trial where I said weed eaters. One of the lawyers objected, and he didn't know what a weed eater was. So, it's just a different world sometimes. So, blessed to be from East Texas and most often Gilmer, of course.
Well, there's no question about that, and we're all proud of our upbringing. A lot of people, graduate from their hometowns and can't wait to get away, and a lot of us have over the years stayed to figure out how we can make our community better, and I appreciate very much you guys, your sponsorship, and you've done this football sponsorship. Everybody in East Texas knows, that you guys have sponsored this broadcast and been our presenting sponsor for I don't even know how many years now. We've been doing this 22 years, and I think y'all have been here pretty much the whole time. But what they don't realize sometimes is all of the other, things. And the turkey thing is a big deal because traffic gets blocked in town.
The band every freaking game.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys do so much.
Yeah,
it's just like the list is endless.
Yeah, so y'all do. You feed the band after I think in the third quarter of every game, and a bunch of stuff around town. And I just want to say I love it that y'all are from Gilmer. I love that you've had the success you've had. You both deserve it. Of course, we've been friends a long time. I'm a little biased, but I love more than anything the fact that y'all's commitment to giving back to this community the way you have is just phenomenal. And I only have one suggestion. Marty, go ahead. Comment on that.
You take a lot of these young men out here on this field tonight. Back when they started out playing mini bucks or Little League Baseball, me and Brett were fortunate enough that we could donate to their teams, whether it was for their jerseys or bats or helmets. So we've been supporting these boys from the very beginning when they were young men.
Yeah, you have, and I do appreciate it. And, fellas, I only have one suggestion for you as we get ready to bring this second half of play and hopefully a Gilmer Buckeye win. My suggestion is, maybe a little more advertising, Brent. Maybe a few billboards around would get people to know who y'all are, and maybe that would be.
I do got to say, guys, it's great for me that no matter where I go, that my 17-year-old son points at the billboard and goes, "My dad knows those guys."
Yeah. I mean, and we mean literally everywhere we go. Yeah, everywhere we go. So thanks for your sponsorship, fellas, and thanks for coming up and taking the time to do this.
Y'all giving back too.
Oh, you bet. Our pleasure. Let's go get a Buckeye win now.
Amen.
Yeah.
Let's get some rub off here from Godarzi and Young on getting the W's here. We appreciate those guys. Love them so much. Have for a long time. And thanks, we are looking forward to this second half kicking off. And, Jeff, the Buckeyes are going to receive with a 24-22 lead right now. The Buckeyes rushing in the first half, 24 for 79 yards, 1 touchdown, 13 rushes for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns for Carthage. Passing the Buckeyes 9 of 11 for 145 and 2 touchdowns. Carthage only 5 for 12 for 131 yards. That is the Achilles heel. The Buckeyes have got to figure out how to stop the run and force the Carthage Bulldogs to try to beat us with their arm. Now it's not a weakness by any means. They can throw the football, but we can see how they run the football and how they can control the clock. Otherwise, we got 24 minutes of exciting action, folks. Buckeyes, 2 great quarters so far. They're 2 more away from advancing to the Final Four in 4A Division II. Here's the voice of the Buckeyes to kick off the second half, Jeff Rash.
Well, Carthage set to kick off to the Buckeyes, and hopefully we'll get the ball, get down the field, get another score, and go up 2 scores ahead. And they are going to kick a high pooch kick, fair catch on the 30-yard line by number 13, Jeremiah Noble, that was a high pooch kick, almost like an onside kick attempt or something, but Jeremiah wisely throws his arm up in the air. Fair catch, good field position for the Buckeyes. This offense has just been electric so far tonight, and hopefully they can maintain it for 2 full quarters.
Well, now is when we see the coaching come into play, Jeff, is they're going to make the adjustments. Carthage has been beat over the top. They're going to stay in that zone, but right now the Buckeyes go trips out to the right-hand side. Aaron Bell in the game as we kick off this second half.
All right, Bell goes in motion. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Will Henderson, big run, almost to the 40-yard line. It's just hard to say Will without saying Smith sometimes. 9-yard run, 39-yard line.
At least once a game.
At least once a game, Will Smith. That's right. Y'all knew what I'm talking about. Will Henderson, nice run there. And if he hadn't got tripped up, that might have been a much longer run, in fact. But they're going to send trips to the right side of the field again. Henderson is one of them. One receiver to the left side. I believe it's Noble. Empty backfield. And I love the aggressiveness of the Buckeyes tonight to throw the ball down the field. And they're going to throw a short one to Will Henderson. He picks up the first down, fumbles the football, and I think Carthage picked it up. Carthage has recovered the fumble as Will Henderson gets hit after getting the first down, and that is the first turnover of the night for the Buckeyes, and unfortunately an excellent field position for Carthage. And that advantage we talked about getting to be up on top and then getting the first kickoff has just been shifted over to Carthage.
Well, the first break of the second half is the Buckeyes got their fair share of breaks, and the turnover battle comes back to even now, not in the favor of the Buckeyes, and Carthage now has regained that service lead. They're 2 points down, Jeff, but there's the scary part of that is there's only one man to beat, and Will Henderson is off to the races there. Getting him in space is never a bad idea, but games like this are going to come down to those little things, and the Buckeyes turn it over. That's huge right now for Carthage.
Well, Buckeyes maybe get another turnover here. Maybe we'll get a lucky break on this possession. Surratt comes in, sends a man in motion. He's had plenty of time to throw the football. Handoff up the middle. There's a lot of traffic in there, nowhere to run, and the Buckeyes swarm and drop him for a loss. What a great job there by that front line of the Buckeyes.
Yeah, puts them in second down and long behind the chains, and again, that is the thing that you want to stop if you're the Buckeye defensive coaches, is you want to run fit that. And you notice, Jeff, that cutback play, that exact same thing that they ran before went for almost 11 yards the last time. That time, big number 32, Pate stays home in that outside linebacker position, bottles that up, and stops it for no gain.
Yeah, don't look now. Number 5 and number 7 is at the bottom of your screen, wide to the right side. And I can just about guarantee something's coming this direction. And so hopefully, Buckeyes, they're going to hand off again, and Buckeyes on it. What a great job. Buckeye ball. Fumble, and Buckeyes pick it up.
How about that? The Buckeyes get the ball back.
Oh, he's going to say they're down.
You're kidding me.
They're going to say he's down, but either way, great defensive stand there by the Buckeyes. And Buckeye fans booing the call. And that is the second time tonight, as we were watching on replay earlier. Buckeyes denied an interception, and now
Coach Metzel is losing his mind on the sideline, as he should, as that is a fumble that has been robbed.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Buckeyes, but hey, great defensive stand. We're going to take what we get. We're going to forget about that one and go to the next play. It is 3rd and 7 for Carthage, and they're going to call a timeout. And Surratt upset for some reason with the referee.
Yeah,
he ought to be out there high-fiving him right now.
The clock was running down, and they had to force it because of the bad spotting of the ball. But Jeff, as we saw in the replay, that was absolutely a fumble. The ball was being juggled. Coach Metzel out there absolutely losing his mind with the referee. That is a huge call that, once again, the Buckeyes absolutely robbed on that one. And there's just no excuse for that kind of call of the side judge that can see that. That's just that you can't have that call in a regional game.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate for the Buckeyes, but we're looking at 3rd and 7. They did make 2 great stops right there and pinning their ears back, doing a great job defensively. And
now here comes the pass, Jeff, to number 7. Remember, security blanket. This is another opportunity on 3rd down and 7 that the Buckeyes could force a punt here if it's an incomplete type of a pass. And remember, Carthage will run the football, but this is an opportunity where the Buckeyes need to bow their neck and absolutely get a stop here after turning it over.
Well, they deserve it.
Yeah,
if there's any karma, then, you know, at all, the Buckeyes will get a stop here, get the ball back. Maybe even, hey, get a turnover here. Let's call for good things. And but that was a lucky break for Carthage, who's had several in this game so far. 3rd and 7. And they're dropping back, looking to pass. He's forced out of the pocket, running for it. He's going to have to throw it away. He actually finds number 7 at the last minute. That was a Patrick Mahomes throw if I've ever seen one, and that is going to be good for a first down there. Is there flags? Flags on the play, more than likely going to be against Gilmer, you know, from where it was thrown. So we'll see what's going to happen here. They're going to mark off personal foul, roughing the passer. And that's another 15 yards. So, again, Carthage just catching a lot of lucky breaks here after picking up the fumble and now getting some great calls going their way. Buckeyes are going to have to earn every single bit of this game tonight so far, as we have just not had Lady Luck on our side. We remain 9:27 left to play in the third quarter. Still on top 24-22. But Carthage moving the ball down the field, now on the Gilmer 26-yard line. One receiver wide left, fakes the handoff, reverse. Number 7 got room, headed to the house, and he will score. And that is, they've got a flag on the play, and I just saw a Gilmer player hit the turf, so I don't know if that's going to be against Carthage or against Gilmer, but had a little extracurricular activity going on down there around the goal line.
Yeah, I think number 5 for Carthage instigated that and just tripped the guy over another guy. That was a reverse call that the Buckeyes just weren't prepped for on film, and that entire drive really, as we still have no signal of a touchdown.
Yeah, well,
that was well after the play.
Yeah, that was after the play, certainly, but we'll see what the referees are cooking up here. But I never saw them signaling touchdown, but it looks like they're going to. Yeah, it's a touchdown.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. It's going to be enforced on the kickoff. So Buckeyes literally on that drive, that whole series just was a Chinese fall apart. And
we got bent over everywhere.
Yeah, that was a rough one right there. I hope that's the last one, and I hope they return the favor to Carthage on the next series. You talk about sailing under a lucky moon right there for Carthage, picking up the fumble by Will Henderson, excuse me. That's the extra point is good, and then going on to get the penalty and whatnot. You can see they're down there talking. These boys know this is for all the marbles today. We're going to take a break, recognize one of our sponsors. We'll be right back.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
To another day. It's gonna be alright.
All right, back. Tyler, Texas, Rose Stadium, Gilmer Buckeyes now down. It has just been a tennis match, back and forth. 29-24 after an incredibly several lucky breaks for the Carthage Bulldogs. Alan Metzel not happy at all with some of the calls that we had on that one. But you got a good football team say, you know what, it usually flies both ways. We're going to get out here and keep playing our game, battle our way back into this game. They are now 5 points ahead. We just need one touchdown to take the lead. And as long as we're the last one to score tonight, we may get out of here with a victory. So,
well, that was an absolutely horrific start. As now Carthage is going to come in and kick an onside kick, Why shouldn't they, as the Buckeyes gift them 15 yards, and Carthage doing what they should do, which is just basically saying, look, we're going to take advantage of everything that we possibly can. And this is going to be an onside kick attempt because they're kicking from the Buckeyes 45.
All right, it did not go 10 yards, so that Buckeyes are going to get that ball. And in decent field position. We got flags on the play as it's starting to get out. You can just feel the tension down there on the field. Both of these teams, realize the importance of this game and how evenly matched they are.
Well, I got to tell you, Jeff, the referees are the dudes in charge. And when stuff gets out of hand, it's because they've allowed it to get out of hand. And when you have calls like that, where we just saw 15 yards one way, 15 yards another way, 15 yards another way, you're kicking off from the 45-yard line. It's an onside kick. And see how that dominoes?
Yeah.
When all of a sudden you get to this point where it doesn't even look like football anymore, and you got a great game in the first half, but suddenly something's gotten out of control and now it's affecting the game. That's just a shame when you got two good teams like this that you're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, basically saying.
Well, hopefully, we got a lot of game left to play. It's 9 minutes left in the third quarter. And it normally goes both directions. You're going to have calls that go your way, some that don't go your way. What we have to do is play our game. The guys can't lose unsportsmanlike conduct on number 7 for the kicking team. That's what I was just saying. It goes both ways. Number 7 got blocked out of bounds a while ago. I was watching him. He got mad, jumped up, and basically chased one of our guys over to the sideline, backed by the cheerleaders. And so they saw that, and they penalized him. So we got that last 15-yard penalty back. And so that's good and puts Buckeyes in great field position at their own 48-yard line. So now let's see if that offense can get some momentum going. That was unfortunate that we fumbled in that first series, which resulted in a score, of course. And I tell you, Todd, you think about it. You take away the first penalty we got down here that allowed them to score when we stopped them on 4th. You take away the 2 big catches down here. You take away the interception and the offensive, pass interference call. We're ahead by 2 touchdowns at least.
Yeah.
So, my point to that is people say, well, that didn't happen, and that's why they play the game. Well, you're right. But it just goes to show how evenly matched this game is. These two teams are really matched up really well. Dropping back, look at the pass. Quick inside route, number 7, and that is a great defensive play by Carthage. Just nailed number 7, Webb. He had nowhere to go. And that is just good heads-up defense there by Carthage.
Well, that's a throwback screen that we've shown on film, and they were ready for it. As we fake the screen to the wide side and throw back to Brendan Webb, and he's already under the blocks by the time we actually throw the ball. It just takes too long for that play to develop. Carthage too speedy at the linebacker positions for that play.
All right, 2nd and 10, ball on the 48. Here's the snap. Handoff, Will Henderson, left side, got room.
That's Gervais.
Is that Gervais? Number 14, Smith, spins out of the tackle, gets a big run all the way down to the 35-yard line, and he gets all the way from the 48 to the 35. What a great job there by Smith. And coaches next door were he dropped his plays on his wristband, and he dropped it. Luckily, the refs got it.
The Carthage player grabbed it and threw it out of bounds.
Yeah. So here's motion by Webb. There's the snap. Low snap, bootleg, right side. 2 players miss, around the right side, and finally out of bounds just for a couple of yards there. I like the call. It just didn't develop that time. Took a little too long to get around there.
Yeah, but more importantly, Jeff, 7:48 left. Let's get back to the basics of this game because that's what's going to win or lose it. The Buckeyes, off of that first fumble by Will Henderson to start this, brings the turnover margin back to 0. Both teams with a turnover, and the Buckeyes now trying to answer that drive and get back in charge of this game. 2nd down and 8 from the 33.
Trip receivers to the left, empty backfield. Forced out of the bounds. And once again, late hit, and the Buckeyes get another call. There you go. That's what we were talking about. And they knocked him out of bounds way past the white. And that is a good 15-yard penalty right there and an automatic first down for the Buckeyes. So that's 30 yards in this series.
I want you to notice something. Who threw the flag? The white hat threw the flag and standing in the middle of the field. And the guys that did not throw the flag are the guys that are the side judges over on that side of the field. So if you don't think that at the end of the day, both of these coaches masterfully basically saying, hey, we're going to get our every single advantage that we can. It's part of the game. And in that case, all of that debating that you saw on the fumble call before that Coach Metzel did probably just paid off. Probably a good strategy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And emotions are running high, and it's just cost Carthage 30 yards in this series right here. And we just hope our guys can maintain their composure. We don't want to give any of those yards back. So that's a great break for the Buckeyes. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 1 back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass, got room. Running to his right side, looking for somebody, and throws it away. And we had Brandon Webb open right on the 5-yard line there. He was open, but he would have had to throw it across his body. Offensive line does a great job of holding that big defensive line.
Yeah, it really did.
Carthage.
The defensive end, number 72 from the left-hand side, and that is big Colt Hodges, comes around the left-hand side, and Caden steps outside of him. Probably had room to use his legs there, but he decided to be patient and try to find an open receiver.
Wisely throws the football away and doesn't take a loss of yards. Dropping back, pump fakes, got a man open. Oh, drops a pass that he catches every day. Tarek Tate can't reel it in, and that was an easy touchdown that the Buckeyes missed.
Yeah, that was. And I think the safety really got his hand in there in the last second. That's number 18 for Carthage, making a great play. And give him his credit. That's Kason Burkett. Brings up 3rd down and 10 now for the Buckeyes that really need to get some positive yards out of this.
Well, that was unfortunate. That was 6 right there that slipped through our hands. Quarterback draw up the middle, and he is fighting for yardage, not going to get much. So now the Buckeyes are forced with a tough decision here.
No, we kicked the field goal.
They're 5 points down, 7-19 in the 3rd. Plenty of game left to play.
This is simple. We try to get this back to a field goal game, 29-24, with the opportunity now behind the legs of Mr. Pate to get this back to 27 and to score on a drive, quite frankly, Jeff, that had 2 opportunities to be stopped dead. I'll take the points. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. 29-24, offsides. That is offsides by Carthage, and the field goal kick is good.
So it's simple now, Jeff. If we're not going to go for it, we take the points. We decline this penalty and take the points. That is offsides on Carthage.
That's a 5-yard penalty. We need 8 yards, so that would put us at 4th and 3.
That's right.
And this is interesting. I think they're going to decline that.
We're declining it. Take the points. Not a bad call. Thank you, Alan Metzel. I agree with that call. It is now 27-29 with 6:44 left to play. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with this exciting game right after this.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve. With the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
And we're back to the action here as the Buckeyes kick a field goal on that drive to pull the score to 29-27 in favor of Carthage. Buckeyes kicking off. We're halfway through the 3rd quarter here, which started off with just a couple of really unfortunate calls there for the Buckeyes. A fumble that did not go the Buckeyes' way, and a fumble turnover by Will Henderson, where he only had 1 man to beat in the opening drive. And that has resulted in a touchdown for Carthage, but 3 points for the Buckeyes, and now they are leading, or excuse me, they're down by 2 points.
Now that's the kick. Oh, that's right.
That is the perfect kick.
Split kick, down the field, unreturnable. I'll take it every day. And so Carthage now taking over. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
It's got some mic problems there. Get Jeff back in the game, but Jeff, here is once again opportunity to stop the run and maybe possibly even create a turnover. But this is anybody's game right now, halfway through the third quarter, 6:44 remaining. Carthage with a 2-point lead now, a 2-point lead the Buckeyes had at halftime, and the difference is a Carthage touchdown and a Buckeye field goal. Let's see if the black flag can stand up here and stop the Carthage Bulldogs.
All right, Surratt goes under center.
Single back here, Jeff.
Single back. They're going to hand off up the middle. Buckeyes, lots of traffic. He bounces out to the left side, picks up more yards than he should have. Forced out of bounds by number 4, Berg. Todd, if you think about it, you think about the right before halftime, we're on the 1-inch line. Can't get it in the end zone. We end up settling for 3. And then right here we drop another touchdown that Tarrant catches 99 times out of 100 for another 6. We have to settle for another 3. So you just gave up, 8 points right there that you could have had easily.
And the fourth down to start the game, that was 7 points with the stop. That's 11.
Yeah.
So you can make the argument here that the Buckeyes are actually hanging with Carthage, but you just got to make the little things count when it counts. And right
29,
now, it
27, 6:37. Surratt drops back. He's throwing. It's a wobbly ball. And this is going to be dropped. Great defense by number 1, Will Henderson, who reaches through and punches the ball out just there at the last minute. I thought number 7 had that one.
Yeah, he did too.
Yeah.
And just all of a sudden at the last second, Will Henderson, he's not going to outrun Will Henderson for sure. He's got man-to-man coverage, comes all the way back across the field. But I want you to notice something, Jeff. It's 3rd down and 1. They're going to go to a run. The Buckeyes can sell out here. But they took their shot on 2nd down. And at the end of the day, Jeff, Carthage is showing you how seriously they're taking this threat from the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they're going to go upfield, get the first down right here, all the way out to the 40-yard line. And behind that big offensive line, they're good for a yard pretty much any day.
Did you notice how long on that 2nd down play Surratt had to throw the ball? I mean, he sat back there forever. That is just a wall of red.
Yeah.
There with the offensive line.
They are so good.
They are so good.
They are so good. This football team is fun to watch. It really is. I wish they weren't in our division. But I am so proud of these guys right now, the way they're playing. 6:03 left to play in the third quarter. Again, we're Buckeyes down by 2.
2 backs. This is a running formation, Jeff.
Yeah, they're going to hand off up the middle. And it takes Bell from his middle linebacker position to drag him down. That's a good 7-yard run there.
Yeah, that's 22.
By Carthage.
That's 22, the fullback. That is Benny Smith. That is just a power football, and the Buckeyes have to find a way to stop the run. As here into the third quarter, you see that big offensive line just leaning on the Buckeyes. When you can pick up 7 yards on 1st down, that is Carthage-style football. They can take their shots, as you saw the last time on 2nd and short, and still pick up 6-7 yards running the football. They'll take those odds every time. And in this case, the Buckeyes desperately searching for a way to get a negative play, Jeff. And that's what you do not see from these Carthage Bulldogs is a negative play.
All right, what do they got going here? All right, flag.
There's a negative play.
That's going to be a negative play. That's 5 yards, probably illegal procedure, and Surratt not happy. And that is going to back them up. Instead of 2nd and 3, that's going to be 2nd and 8. And that's a big play. That's a big play because the Buckeyes being down 2 with where we are in the game we cannot allow a score here. Yeah, you got to get a turnover on downs because we've got to get back on serve. We've got to go up. We're down by 2. So if they're able to get, punch points here and don't think they might not even go for 2 if they get the opportunity down there, it is harder to get back in the game because you're 2 scores down. So Buckeyes need to go back up on top here.
This is a passing formation for them, Jeff.
All right, 2 wide outs to the left side. Surratt throws a little quick pass. Heavy pursuit there. Forced out of bounds after a gain of maybe 2, maybe 3. And that's going to bring up 3rd. We'll call it 3rd and 6.
Yeah, this is where the Buckeye defense really needs to come up big. Passing formation, look for number 7. He and number 5 are really the security blankets for this young sophomore. Now remember, Jet Surratt has got offers coming before he was even a freshman in high school because he is so poised, reads defenses so well, but he does have his favorites. And these tight ends out of the backfield, right now you got Bird lined up man-to-man against number 7. That is just begging to throw the ball out here on the out route to number 7.
And you got number 6 Dodd. He's not playing back. He's playing up. They're coming looking for 7. They throw back a screen, and Buckeyes hit him and get on him, and that they're going to drop him for a loss of 2. What a great heads-up play. Brings up 4th and 8 for Carthage, and that is just a great heads-up play. That was just a blown play there by Carthage.
Yeah, they got to punt this football. You can't tell me that they're going to go for it here or it's going to be a quick kick. Surratt is also their kicker. But, Jeff, here on 4th down and 8, if they're pretending to go for it, the Buckeyes got to find a way to get a stop and get off the field right here. 4:02 left here.
They're not going to send anybody back, because if it's anything, it'll be a quick kick, and they do have 2 backs either side, showing that they might do that. Just don't jump off sides. And so they're going under center. They are doing a quick pitch and a quick kick, and it is a high, sorry punt. Hopefully we'll take a Buckeye bounce. Look at this, to the 40-yard line. That was a, 15-yard punt?
Yes. What a break for the Buckeyes, Jeff, as we are trying to find a way here to unfog our windows.
Yeah.
As you can see.
If you see a hand go across your screen there, folks, it is because we're trying to, clear up the view.
It's like we're working at the car wash here. What a game,
Jeff. That was fantastic. It is 3:37 left to play in the third quarter. Buckeyes down 29-27, but they got the ball back and a chance to go back up on top.
Yeah, now we got to execute on offense. The defensive lineman is lined up offsides as the coaches back him up.
1 receiver to the right, 1 to the left. It's Webb. Here's the snap. Handoff to Smith, up the middle. Not a lot of room to run. Smith does fall forward for a gain of 3. I'd like to give a shout out to a very special person, one of my favorite humans, and that is my niece, Navy. Navy is listening to us tonight. Navy Day is listening at home to the Buckeyes, so hello, Navy. And here's the Buckeyes now, 2nd and 7. 1 wide out left, 1 to the right. Will Henderson, Smith, still in the backfield. Shifts to the left side. Caden Tennyson, here's the snap. Drops back, looking to pass, pulls it down. Rolling to his right, and it is intercepted as Caden throws on the run. That was a great defensive play there by the safety, number 16.
Yeah, that's just one that you cannot throw that ball, Jeff, as the safety was baiting number 7 Webb, who can't come back for that ball, and that bad punt gives it right back as just almost a cardinal sin turnover. You would almost prefer to throw that one out of bounds. He looks open. He absolutely looks open, and you think 9 times out of 10 we're going to make that play, but Carthage is just too good. Yeah. And they're playing that trail technique.
He
comes
played
downhill.
that. He played it well.
He played it perfect. He played it absolutely perfect.
That was just a great defensive play.
Yeah. Well, let's a couple of special shout-outs too, Jeff, to kind of our adopted mom and dad, Pat and Beth Camp out there listening, of course, and Mr. Davis, who was excited for this game.
I assure you they don't want to adopt us. I can promise you.
Well, they have
They're
anyway.
so ashamed of us. I'm quite sure of it. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Reverse, left side. He's got a lot of room. Gets some blocks. Gets upfield for big yardage. Still on his feet. Still refuses to go down. And he turned something that should have been 10 yards into about 25. That was just a good run.
Yeah, that's just one that kind of pulls a trick out of the playbook for Coach Surratt. And the Buckeyes just cannot find the ball carrier. And they flipped the field on Gilmer with a 2-point lead already. And Jeff, with 2:37 left to play in this third quarter, this is where it gets precarious for the Buckeyes, who come up with their 2nd straight turnover in 2 straight possessions. And now Carthage has got the ball knocking on the door of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the Buckeye 30.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 30. Buckeyes still down 2 with 2:37 left to play in the third quarter. You just need a turnover right here in a big way. Handoff up the middle, a lot of room to run. He is running hard. Buckeyes driving back, but not after he gets a good 9 yards on that carry. 21-yard line of the Buckeyes now. It'll be 2nd and 1. So Carthage driving the field, taking advantage of a well-deserved and earned interception Great heads-up play by the safety, number 16 for Carthage. And Carthage now trying to capitalize on that. 2nd and 1 from the 21. Two-back set. 80% of the time they're going to run it. Here's the snap. They're going to throw to the end zone, and that is going to be pass interference all day long, and that is legitimate. Bird on the coverage, and he just tackles him right out of bounds. Nobody can argue that one.
No, Jeff, and that you got to know if you're Bird, it's 2nd down and short. They're going to take a shot. It's coming. I mean, and from a coaching standpoint, you're putting them man-to-man. They're going to take advantage of that man-to-man call. If you know that call's coming, you're going to have to play it perfect. You give up a 15-yard penalty now, and you put Carthage in 1st and goal. And, Jeff, what they've done in this situation with a 2-point lead is that they've run the ball straight up the middle, pretty much untouched in these situations. The Buckeyes have got to find their run fields because this is a critical time in the game with, you've only got basically 14 minutes of football left to play, and Carthage has the potential here to go up 2 scores.
Surratt goes under center. 2 wideouts, one left, one right. He's calling an audible. Here's the snap, handoff. Up the middle, tackled from behind. Nice play there. I believe that was number 2 for the Buckeyes. Was that 2 that got around there?
That's Castillo there that comes up.
Castillo got around there, and he has been clutch.
Now that was no gain, so that's going to be 2nd and goal from the 6. And the Buckeyes desperately got to find a way to keep this, Jeff, just a 1-score game and keep Carthage out of the end zone here, which is easier said than done. 1:22 left to play in this 3rd quarter. Buckeyes down 2. By all means, not out of this game by any means, but this stop right here is crucial.
Yeah, they are certainly knocking on the door here, and lots of time. 2nd down, going to the air. Surratt with plenty of time. Look at the time this guy's got. Scrambles out of the pocket, still plenty of time, goes for the end zone, throws it out of the back. And that was a wise play there by the young quarterback.
Yeah,
look at the Buckeye defense doing a great job of covering those receivers.
Yeah, brings up 3rd down now, Jeff. So 3rd down and goal. This is probably the play of the game, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that because this play right here is the difference between a 2-score game and a 1-score game. At the end of the day right now, this is the time the Buckeyes need to buckle down. It's not 2nd down, by the way. It's 3rd down.
I was fixing to say they've not.
Oh, they bring up a 5-yard penalty against
that's why it's
illegal man
downfield.
Down. It's going to stay 2nd down and goal from the 11. And once again, the same thing applies. The Buckeyes now got them going backwards a little bit. Look for them to go back to the run and to try to get this, or keeping to the field goal. If they kick a field goal right here, Jeff, it's still a 5-point game. It's a 1-score game. And that is crucial here as we click down under a minute left to play in the 3rd quarter that the Buckeyes bow their neck and keep Carthage out of the end zone right here.
All right, 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. It makes you think they're going to the air here. 57 seconds left to play in the 3rd. The back goes in motion. Surratt looking at the end zone, forced out of hole to the right side, throws to the back of the end zone. I believe he's out of bounds.
Yes, he was out of bounds before.
Yeah,
he was running along the outline. I don't know if the back referee saw it. He does throw his hat, which means that he was out of bounds and couldn't come back in to catch that ball in the first touch. And now here's the opportunity, Jeff. 3rd down and goal from the 11. You cannot give up a play here. You got to find a way to get pressure on Surratt. You got to find a way to get off the field here with 45 seconds left to play in this 3rd quarter.
He's had all night to throw the ball here on this series. I mean,
that was 15 seconds to throw the ball.
He's been back there running around. He got tired and just finally threw it. But they look like they're lining up to go for it. So they're not going to settle for 3. They know they need to get up on top.
No, watch number 5 here. They're going to try to catch this into a fade route into the end zone here.
All right, they're looking at 7. They're going across the middle, batted down. Great defensive play by Bird.
That was fantastic there, Jeff. Absolutely fantastic.
And offensive line down there screaming. They're working my face mask over down there, not getting the penalty, luckily. And so that is 4th down.
Are they going to go for it here, Jeff?
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
It looks like it. I mean, these guys
They've left the offense on the field. 4th down and goal from the 11. Jeff, this could be the play of the game right here. They're trying to – they've got to score here.
Well, they feel comfortable with their odds. I mean, I don't know. I think I would – if you take the kick, you're up 2, then you're
have
up
a penalty
5.
here. You cannot have a penalty.
All right, here's the snap. Route drops back, looking for pass, throws the bullet, and it is caught for a touchdown. Touchdown, Carthage. That was a great throw by Surratt.
Against Brendan Webb there to number 5. That is a back-breaking play there.
Yeah, number 5 has the only reason they've been in this game tonight. And that is a touchdown.
Yeah, 31 seconds now, and Jeff, these Buckeyes have dug a hole. They're down 8 points right now. This is still a one-score game if they can find a way, and trust me, Carthage is going to go for 2 and try to make this a 10-point lead. It is crucial here. Now they're going to kick the extra point and try to make this a 9-point lead. Well, if we could find a way to just get through and block this, it would be huge.
Yeah, they're going to get it right through the uprights, and that is going to be 36-27.
9-point lead.
9-point lead.
What a crucial series there for the Buckeyes, and that was a disastrous third quarter, Jeff. If you want to look at as well as the Buckeyes played the first 2 quarters, that third quarter, nothing went right for the Buckeyes. And in this case,
and a lot of it, we fumbled right off the bat. We fumbled right off the bat. That was bad. But then we had 2 unfortunate 15-yard penalties. But they turned around and got 2 back, so that was net neutral.
And the missed turnover call was huge. But so was the interception.
Yeah.
So was the interception. That ball should have never been thrown. The Buckeyes have had their opportunities, and against a good team like this, Jeff, you have to take advantage. So let's think about this. The 15-yard penalty to open the game, which is a 4th down conversion off the field for the Buckeyes. No, they give them a penalty. They get a first down, they score on the next play. That's +7 for Carthage. The drop touchdown, that's +3 or +4 for Carthage. That's 11 points. It's a 9-point lead. Let's just stop right there.
I know.
It's a 9-point
know.
lead.
It's the beautiful thing about that is the what ifs, right? We didn't though. But the fact is, these guys know they can play with them.
That's right.
These guys are aware of that too. They're going to lay their ears back to the last play of this game.
And you got to now go win the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
that's essentially
you
what
have
you
to
do.
win the fourth quarter.
You're
no question.
You're 2 big plays and 2 breaks away.
They can't score, and we have to score twice. That's
right.
what we need.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, Jeff.
So here is the kickoff. Wouldn't it be fun if it ended up being another last-minute field goal by
I'll take
Pate?
it.
Wouldn't that be an exciting way to win?
I'll take it. But as well as the offense has played here tonight, Jeff, they haven't played well in the second half at all. We got a turnover by Caden Tennyson, and we've just gone down.
We got 2 turnovers.
Yeah, and a fumble by Will Henderson, and a interception by Caden Tennyson. Now Carthage is +1. We talked about having to have probably +2 on the turnover side for the Buckeyes to win this game. We're down 9 points with 31 seconds left. It's imperative that we go score here and climb back in this.
All right, trip receivers to the right side. Quick pass, complete. Number 1, no blockers. He just bowls his way forward for 5 yards. And the blockers got tied up the line of scrimmage. He had nobody out in front of him. He just had to get upfield.
Yeah, now that's great play by Will, but watch how well that corner coverage out there by number 1 for Carthage plays that. As soon as he sees that,
he jammed it.
He jammed it. He comes straight up the field and creates a traffic jam.
All right, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Dropping back. And we got a catch out here. Number 13, Jeremiah Noble. Got a face mask, and we got the penalty. He's still on his feet and gets out past the 50 to the 48, but there's a face mask.
And that's going to take this one another 15 yards all the way down. Jeremiah Noble showing you what kind of athlete he is running after the catch, just catching that out route.
Yeah, they reached out and grabbed him, and luckily the referee saw it. Sometimes you reach out there and grab that face mask, referees just don't see it. You can't see everything going on.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter, Jeff. We're going to start this third quarter as Jeremiah Noble trying to walk off a little ankle injury there. The Buckeyes are going to have the ball 1st and 10, well into Carthage territory, down by 9 points. Imperative that they start the fourth quarter off right here and go score. Jeff, you said it. We got to score twice, hold them to not scoring at all. Fourth quarter and the season on the line coming up right after this.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
All right, we are back in Tyler, Texas, Rose Stadium. Gilmer Buckeyes trail 36-27 to the Carthage Bulldogs. 1 quarter left to play. Buckeyes at the 32-yard line of Carthage need to score here and hold them and score again to get out of here with a victory. Handoff up the middle. Henderson lowers his head, moves the ball forward 4 yards.
Nice 4-yard gain there, taking what the defense gives them, and the offensive line doing a great job there, just getting that push onto that defensive tackle. Trying to play hard now and play fast, trying to get this defense winded. 2nd down and 6 now for the Buckeyes.
All right, here's the snap. Quick pitch. Lots of traffic. Will gets away from him, gets to the sideline, picks up another 3 yards, and that's going to be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, this athleticism there by Will. We
probably should have been a loss.
Yeah, as we try to get to the wide side. They pursue so well.
3rd and 2.
And for the Buckeyes, here is it on the line. If we can score early here in this 4th quarter. Now, Jake, watch to Eric Tate up man-to-man, locked up on the top of the screen there. You think Allen's going to go for it here on 4th down if we don't get any gain here?
Yeah, I feel like you have to at this point.
Offsides.
Offsides. They are going to run I was kind of thinking they might run a little bootleg up there where they send everybody out wide. And that is offsides against Carthage. He got the 1st down.
And the 5 yards.
And the 5 yards, that's right. As we will move that up and take whatever the longest play is.
Carthage, we've had some penalties that were unfortunate, but it's been pretty neutral. They had 3 15-yarders, and they've had now another 5 tacked on for offsides.
Yeah, the difference, Jeff, is that we got to turn that into points.
Yeah, we do.
And Carthage, we've left a lot of points on the board. Probably, I'm going to say at least 14 points that we've left on the board. And right now, we're 9 points down, and we've got to go put it in the end zone right here.
Motion by the Buckeyes. Fates. Takes the handoff to Smith. Goes up and just beyond the reach of number 3, Eric Tate. That's going to fall incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 19.
Yeah, he lets that go a little bit quicker than he really wanted to. And they're coming on a blitz on that play and brings up 2nd and 10. And notice the Buckeyes playing fast, trying to get the fatigue factor going here.
All right, handoff to Smith. Got a hole, runs up the middle, running tough all the way down to the 11. Nice run there. 2 yards shy of the 1st down, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, fantastic job
Smith has just run hard all year long.
Gervais is just a man down there. And that brings up 3rd and 1. Again, knocking on the door of 1st and goal territory. But the Buckeyes got to keep the chains moving. 10:45 left to play in this game. Buckeyes down 9, but driving.
All right, 3 receivers to the right side of the field. Bates goes in motion. Handoff again to Smith. Got room to run, picks up the 1st down.
Excellent job. Great tackle there by Carthage, but not before Gervais picks up a 1st down.
And I like the idea of having Smith in the game right now and saving the legs of Smith.
That's right.
Of Henderson, because they have been using him on the defensive side of the ball, and they know in this next series they're going to have him on the field for defense. So Smith, very capable. Gervais Smith, very capable.
Especially running downhill down here in the red zone.
He runs hard in the red zone. He does. So is it still, they're saying 1st down here. So 1st and goal. Dropping back, looking to pass. And that was just some confusion. There's a flag on the play. But Tarek never even turned for the ball.
That's going to stop the clock. We'll see what the call is here. If that's got to be a holding call. What is the call?
Chop block.
My gosh, the Buckeyes are going to back up and go from 1st and goal to 1st and goal now from the 23-yard line. I mean, it's
tough, but that gives us, that just gives us more room to throw the ball, Todd.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to.
That's how I look at it. We're still 1st down. We got plenty of time. Buckeyes are on the 23-yard line. Very doable. And that just gives us more green grass for them to have to cover. So maybe a blessing in disguise here. Let's see what the Buckeyes call. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Dropping back, pump fakes. Over the middle.
Touchdown, Will Henderson.
Will Henderson.
How about
Touchdown,
that?
Will Henderson. Buckeyes get back on the board, back in this game with the extra point coming. Hopefully we'll be back within 2.
And Jeff, that is a huge play on 1st and goal from the 22, and they just, you haven't seen that play all year. Will Henderson going out and making that catch, great catch in the back of the end zone, showing that he can catch the ball. He's not just a speedster, as they use him as a receiver, and the Buckeyes over 30 points now, extra point left to come, they pull it to within 2 points.
All right, here's the snap. Kick is up. And it is, of course, good. 9:55 left to play in the 4th quarter.
Jeff, can you say barn burner?
Oh, my gosh.
Here we go again.
I'm too old for
but
this.
Hey, you know what?
I'm retired.
The Buckeyes are in this game, and we need one stop on the defensive side or a turnover. Now, that's not something that the Buckeye defense has done a great job of here in the second half. But you remember last week against the Aubrey the Aubrey Chaparrals, how this defense stood up in the 4th quarter and really just took over.
They did.
Just absolutely took over. Now, I'm not saying that Aubrey is Carthage, because this is a proud state championship. These guys have won 29 straight games. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And right now, the Buckeyes are within 2 points with 9:55 left. It is anybody's game. But right now, you've got to win every play, and every little thing needs to go right. This is where you got to get your focus. This is where you got to stay calm, but you have to maintain your intensity. And right now, you cannot make any mental mistakes.
Yeah, a lot of game left to play here. A lot of game left to play. And 9:55, Buckeyes are down 2. Like you said, we just need to stop them once and capitalize on it. Get back up ahead. This is going to come down to who has the ball last in this football game. And how many times have we seen that?
Yeah, I hope that's the case.
It's happened twice for Carthage this year, winning in the last seconds, and it's happened to us twice.
Yeah, I hope we kick
let's
this one
hope it's
straight
our
through the end
turn
zone.
again. And we're going to kick a high kick. It's going to be fielded on about the 13-yard line. Return straight up the middle, bounces out to the right side. Buckeyes all over him. Drops him at the 25-yard line.
Yeah,
and Buckeye kickoff team doing a great job tonight, by the way.
Yeah, especially given last week, number 33, Andrew Davis on that tackle on special teams. Starting at the 25-yard line, and you see Mr. Cameron Brown trying to rally the troops down there and getting this black flag up to speed. You've got Dodd and you've got Tate both in at the safety position. And you got number 21 that they've picked on all night tonight, Amari Morton, out on the corner. And let's see if the Buckeyes can find a way to stop the run right here. As
Todd, they've really kind of taken Edwards, zero, compared to what his games normally are. They've taken him out of this game to a large degree. He's had some clutch runs, but he has overall not been the factor that he normally is in these games. So here's a quick pitch, left side, and looks like we got a face mask, and they saw it. They're gonna call it. That was a face mask by 0 on to Eric Tate, and that is going to be the second face mask called against Carthage. So that's going to back them up. How many, Todd?
Yeah, 15 big yards for 1st and 25 if they actually will make the call. And we will see what the call is. To Eric Tate doing a great job filling there on that reverse call. And I got to see the call first because.
Yeah, that was face mask.
Yeah, they are going to call that on number 0.
Yeah, he was trying to throw a stiff arm, but he reached out and grabbed the mask.
Yeah.
And man, listen, that's easy to do.
Yeah.
It's hard. When you reach out, you're just grabbing for whatever to throw a stiff arm. It is so easy to do that. But that is going to back them up. It's going to now be 1st and 20.
And that is a spot foul. Unfortunately, doesn't come from the
original line of scrimmage, but only 5 yards difference.
Yeah, watch for another run here. 2-back set. This is 80% of the time. This is a run right here.
All right, 7 goes in motion. He's going to run a little slant, and they're going to try to go the bomb down the side, and he drops it, and that is lucky because Bird never turned, and I was a little worried about getting a flag right there.
I thought we were absolutely going to get a flag.
I'm not so sure we didn't. May not have earned one right there.
Yeah, I thought that was one that that we were unbelievably fortunate not to get the call. But it goes to 2nd down and 20. And Jeff, now that they got to figure out how to weigh with the incomplete pass, they got to figure out a way to at least cut this down to 3rd down and manageable.
Yeah,
because they're deep in their own
I'm
end zone.
calling for a pick 6. Right?
Oh my gosh, that
would that not be a great way
to
set this game on fire right now, Todd? Think about it.
Well,
quite capable. Look at who's our free safety sitting out over the middle. Fakes the quick pass, and it is going to hit the ground, and that's going to bring up 3rd. Don't throw a flag. Please don't throw a flag. They're saying he was still. They hadn't blown the whistle.
Well, it was
so
a backwards pass.
Dodd, who is a heads-up football player, holds him and looks at the ref. And the ref doesn't blow the whistle, so he throws him down.
Yeah. Well, it was a pass, but they're saying it was a backwards pass, which means they lost 6 more yards. It's either an incomplete pass, or they blew the whistle, or they didn't. If they didn't blow the whistle, that is a backwards pass, and that's going to back up and be 3rd down and 25. Yeah, they called that a backwards pass.
They did. Surratt not happy at all about that. And
now this is where, Jeff, you have to be disciplined on defense. They're going to throw beyond the chains and hope for a flag right here. This is 3rd down and 25.
Oh, yeah, they're going to try to draw the flag for sure. They're bringing in Will Henderson. He's checking into the game. Morton's checking out. That's what they have. That's what they have been doing. Saving his legs using Smith a while ago.
Well, you're not going to outrun Will Henderson deep.
They're going zone right here. Dropping back. Surratt standing in his own end zone. Throws the screen. They drop it. They dropped it again. They have dropped passes all night tonight. It is 4th and 24.
And, Jeff, that is the turn the Buckeyes needed. They are within 2 points. They're going to get the ball back with excellent field position here. Absolutely going to have to punt the football here for Carthage. And the Buckeyes have maintained a wrangle momentum back on that defensive stand, as really Carthage kind of shot themselves in the foot probably 3 different times. And we just talk about it. Mistakes at this level just make all the difference in the world.
Well, there's been plenty on both sides of the ball tonight, I'll tell you.
They've evened out, though.
They really have. They've evened out. That's why I'm saying whoever gets the ball last tonight is probably going to walk away from the win. Buckeyes don't even send anybody back deep, and they flip the field with a nice little quick kick all the way down to the 38-yard line. And so Buckeyes starting out with good field position. 1st and 10 from the 38.
I tell you what, so Jeff, let's stay here as the offense comes back on the field. 8:16 remaining, 2-point difference. 2-point difference. How many times have we seen that as the offense comes back on the field and they desperately need to put a touchdown on the board here to put pressure on Carthage that would have to come back with a touchdown score of their own. 1st and 10 Buckeyes from their own 38-yard line.
All right, here comes the snap. Takes the handoff. Pass. It's complete. Down the sideline and out of bounds. And that was clean. I was kind of hoping for another flag there, but I guess that was okay. Big gain there all the way out to the Carthage 45-yard line. Buckeyes bowing their necks, playing hard. I love how aggressive Caden Tennyson has played tonight. He has played with poise and confidence. This has been his best game.
Grow up a times 100.
Yeah, he really has. They have nothing to lose. They know it, and they are coming out, taking big plays. I'm really proud of this coaching staff for the way they've called this game. Smith tries to bounce to his left, and he gets slammed to the turf. Big loss there of 6 yards. They're going to give him forward momentum and call it a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, now notice they run blitz on that. They walk the linebacker up and run blitz him to the outside.
All right, so 2nd and 13 for the Buckeyes. Got to capitalize here. You've got to find a way to get in the end zone here. And with 2nd and 48 yards till you hit pay dirt. Empty backfield, 2 sets, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Here's the snap. Quick pass, complete to number 7, Webb. Cuts inside, fights off wooden blocker, down the sideline he goes, breaks off another one, and they're going to call him out of bounds. I saw his foot go out. It's legit.
Yeah, but not until
on
he
the 30-yard line.
Down.
Yeah,
huge play there out to the 30-yard line. All the way out to the 30. 1st and 10 Buckeyes with momentum. 7:23 left to play in this game. Buckeyes down 2 points, 36-34. Driving here, Jeff, impressively.
Just hold on to the football.
Just execute.
Hold on to the football.
Execute.
Empty backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Here's the snap. Drops back, heavy pressure, delivers a nice pass, 8-yard gain, dumps it out to number 1. And now he did a great job of seeing them come from the outside and dumped it really quick.
7 quick yards down to the 23, knocking on the door of the red zone. 2nd down and 3 to go. They need the 20. So once they're in the red zone, they do pick up a first down. Dodd comes in at receiver. And who is in at running back? That is Henderson, correct? Bates in as the up back.
Yeah, you got Henderson in, Dodd's down low. Here comes the snap. Bates goes in motion. Look for a run to the left side. They're going for the end zone. And just over the head of number 7, or is that number?
That's number
Tate?
3. That's Tarek Tate.
That's Tarek Tate over there.
Brendan Webb is athletic, but he can't jump that high.
I don't know. I've seen Brendan go up several times this year, pretty high. So 3rd and short. You need to right here. We're gonna have to do something short. We got to get this first down. Keep this drive alive. This is big. 3rd and 3. And you know Carthage about to bow their necks and try to get this stop right here. They understand how important this is with 6:36 left in the game.
They're coming. They're going to bring pressure here.
Here's the snap. It's a quarterback keeper, left side. He gets there out of bounds and picks up the first down. Great job there, Tennyson.
Absolutely. Great run there by Caden to move the chains. First down. Follows his blockers, number Big Zero Bell. I think I'd follow him too.
I'd follow him. I'd follow Bell.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd jump on his back, let him carry me.
That may be kind of what Caden just did.
Yeah.
Picks up the first down, and Jeff, we are into the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19.
All right, 1 back. It's Henderson. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hand off to Henderson up the middle. Henderson lowers his head, gets down to the 25. 4-yard gain, 2nd down.
I'll take it. It is running the clock, and it is a 2nd down and 7 now from the 15-yard line. Buckeyes on the attack very quickly.
All right, here's the snap. Once again, Henderson right side. And he dives forward for a gain of maybe a yard. That's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah,
that safety came up smoking after he missed him, but it just tripped him up. He had to make a maneuver. 3rd and 5. This is big. You don't want to settle. You definitely don't want to have to settle, because if they don't make it here,
we're going to have to kick a field goal. Yeah, we got to take the lead, give up 1 point.
And then you got to have your defense hold them for 5 minutes.
Well, no matter what, you got to have your defense. That's what it's going to come down to here.
Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his left side, decides to run. Not going to get the first down.
I think this is a no-brainer call here with 4th down and 3. You got to kick the field goal. Here comes the field goal unit onto the stage here. It's going to click down. Under 5 minutes left to play in this ball game. As we've got a injured player down for the Carthage Bulldogs, is going to stop the clock at 5:10, and I think that may be a cramp, Jeff.
Yeah, he's getting up on his own. He's fine. He just got his bell rung. But 4th and 3, unfortunate that the Buckeyes couldn't convert that, and that's going to force them to go for the field goal here. And
boy, has the leg of Pate been big all year, and
it has,
no bigger than right now.
No, this is the big one right here.
Yeah, 5:10 left to play in this contest, and the Buckeyes have a chance to go up by 1 point with a converted field goal.
And then it's on the shoulders of the defense.
Yeah,
that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, it is. You've said it all night, and I've cringed every time you said it. But unfortunately, you're correct. This is going to come down to who has the ball last.
Yeah, it is. And guess what? Not many people thought that.
Yeah.
There's not many people in the state of Texas that predicted right now that it's going to come down to who has the ball last in this football game between Carthage and Gilmer. So this is just going to be a lot of lady luck here tonight, and it is going to fall on the backs of the defense either way.
Execution, Jeff. While you're practicing,
need a good snap right here. Gets it down, gets the kick up, and he is like clockwork.
Good.
Buckeyes go up 37 36 with 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Now remember, this is what happened last week with Carthage against
Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant Grove. So what we have to do is not what Pleasant Grove does.
That's right.
We have to hold them here.
Well, Pleasant Grove had the ball inside the 20 with a 4-point lead and 4 minutes left, and they fumbled, which is probably not what you want to see happen. But the most important thing I think that is going to happen here is that we get an opportunity and stay honest. What I mean by that, Jeff, is simple, is that we want to have a really, really good shot, no mental errors, no penalties, no main mistakes that give these Carthage Bulldogs, they need no advantage. These are the state champions, defending state champions, winners of 29 games in a row, and the Gilmer Buckeyes are up 1 point with 4:56 left in this contest. Right now, it needs to swing the Buckeyes' way, as if the Buckeyes can find a way to get a stop here and my goodness, put it back into the end zone and really put the pressure on Carthage to try to get an 8-point lead. Boy, that is huge, as the Buckeyes are going to kick off with 4:56 left. Here's Pate on the kickoff. He backs all the way up, and he is going to kick this one deep, and that's going to fly all the way back and be fair caught at the 10-yard line, where the Carthage Bulldogs will set up shop. 1st and 10 from the 25, Jeff, and in this end, they did not fare too well on that last drive. Right here, these Gilmer Buckeyes and the Black Flag defense in this exact same situation with 4 minutes left last week against the Aubrey Chaparrals stood up and shut the door.
Yeah, and let's see if they can just do it one more time. And keep in mind, you know, Surratt is just a phenomenal quarterback. This guy's going to be playing on Saturdays, someday, if not even Sundays. But he is a sophomore, and this is going to be prove what he is right here. If he can take them downfield in a high pressure situation like this, that's what his town and his dad and his team is relying on.
Well, you got to stop
see if the Buckeyes can get in there and
here comes the run right at you.
All right, they're filling the box, and they get him right off the bat. He dives forward for a couple of yards. They had him dead to rights in the backfield.
Boy, Bell did a great job crashing
right
in the hole.
Did you see him? He knew right where it was coming.
He knew exactly where it was coming to. You saw Bell with a pick 6 last week, knowing that film study. Of course, Aaron Bell, when I walk in to do the coaches show with you on Sunday, guess where Aaron Bell is? He's sitting in front of the projector at 2:30 afternoon
yeah,
on Sunday.
I saw him in there.
Yeah, he is doing his film study. 2nd and 8, right where the Buckeyes want to be. This is probably a passing down. You got to hope for an incompletion here to really turn up the pressure on these Carthage Bulldogs.
Yeah, they dropped a few passes now. Buckeyes send him blitz. We miss him, and he bounces out to the right side, and we have got a big gain. They flipped the field all the way to the 40-yard line. That was a great call. We just blitzed in the wrong hole.
Well, that is what he is capable of and has done time and time and time again, is just basically broken those long runs. We've stopped him as we did on 1st down, and he hasn't gotten any really tough yards. He's gotten those bursts that flip the field. That one goes all the way down into Buckeye territory. 1st and 10 now at the 42, and the Buckeyes once again have slipped a little bit on those run fits, and they have been burned by the young sophomore.
All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's incredible. He's just a sophomore. Think what this guy's going to be. They fake the handoff, roll to the right side, looking to pass. Surratt, downfield goes, intercepted, and headed back downfield is number 1, Will Smith, and he
Anderson.
Nope, they're going to say he stepped out at the 42-yard line. He stepped out at the 42.
Unbelievable.
But that is huge. Now the Buckeyes have to go eat the clock. They have to eat the clock, and they have got to hold the ball, and you got to get down here and score. Surratt has all 3 of his timeouts left. Is that correct?
He's
got 2.
That's correct. And Jeff, this is the opportunity. This is the opportunity that you could only dream about. You've got the ball. Now, this is exactly where Pleasant Grove was, is you've got folks here from Carthage, Jeff, exiting the building.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Let me tell you something.
I mean, this game's a long way from over.
If you've won 29 straight and you're exiting the building, you should be ashamed.
Yeah, that's phenomenal to me. They are flocking out of here on this side. This game's a long way from over. 2 timeouts. Handoff, Smith, up the middle. Smith holding on to the ball. That's critical right now.
Absolutely.
4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
And that
Eaton, Clark, left and right. When is Surratt going to call his timeouts, you think?
Well, you've got to pick it because you've only got 2. And right now, when you get 4 yards on second down, you can't waste one because you got to get second and long and then call your timeout.
Yeah, and Buckeyes, you got to stay in bounds.
Absolutely.
We've got to pick up 2 first downs right here.
High football
on the ground.
IQ, that's right. Or score touchdown, whatever comes first.
You got to pick up, you got to stay on the ground, and you got to pick up 2 first downs. Here's the snap. Handoff, Smith. He is hit instantly and drugged down. Flag on the play. So let's see what the call is going to be. More than likely going to be either holding. Yeah, he's telling coach it's more than likely going to be holding against the Buckeyes. Number 1, Henderson checks back into the game.
No, illegal formation. And
All right,
that stops the clock, Jeff.
Yeah, the penalty is going to go against the Buckeyes. That was illegal formation. I'm not sure what in the world what they didn't like there. It looked like a regular set. I'll have to go back and look at that on film. 2nd and 6.
But they did not move the chains, Jeff. They didn't move the spot.
That is odd.
Well, Coach Metzel milking down all the clock that they can.
Yeah, 2:52 left in the game. He's gonna wait and run it down and call a timeout.
Okay, so what they did is they declined the penalty. So now it's 3rd down and 6.
Yeah.
That is why they declined that penalty, because they would rather take this and get us into a 4th down situation. Coach Metzel doing the really smart thing is basically taking all the time that he can out, and this play becomes absolutely critical, Jeff, because we've got 2 timeouts now on both sides, a 1-point lead, 2:43 left to play. Now, if you're Coach Metzel, do you run this ball because you're going to take about another minute off the clock? Or the important thing is you pick up the first down.
Yeah.
Because if you throw the ball and it's incomplete, not only is it 4th down, it stops the clock, you have saved them a timeout. And you're in no man's land because you're out of field goal range.
But Carthage knows that too.
Yeah, well, so here's what I think you do. I think what you do is you run this ball and make them burn the timeout. Even if you do not get a first down, Jeff, it's no man's land, so you're going to have to go for it on 4th down anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Given where you're at right now, it's 2-down territory.
Yeah.
It absolutely has to be 2-down territory. So you don't have to pick up a first down on this play, although you really do need to pick up a first down.
Yeah, and you don't want to go for a field goal if you got down here, because that gives them opportunity. They're not going to kick a field goal. They're going to go. So this is it, folks. 2:43, 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left.
Yeah, what you just need is a positive.
And look who's in the backfield. Bell.
Yeah, this is Caden Tennyson to the right.
All right. And this is Tennyson, and they stop him at the line of scrimmage. And
now
that's going to bring up 4th down.
Now it's 4th down. And now Coach Metzel has got an issue. So do you want to try to punt this ball down inside the 5-yard line and force them to go the length of the field, which I don't think really makes a difference? Or do you keep the ball in the hands of the offense and you try to pick up a first down here on 4th and 6? My guess is that Coach Metzel is going to go and roll the dice with his offense. He forces a timeout to be used right now by the Carthage Bulldogs. They've now got 1 timeout left. So, Jeff, think about this. With 2:37 left, if you convert a first down here, the game's basically over.
If you can hold on to the football.
That you have to do that.
But we've got 6 long yards against an offense that knows
Absolutely.
They know we want to keep it on the ground.
Yeah,
now if they come out here and throw this ball,
we'll throw it.
I'm going to jump out this window.
Well, think about it. It's 4th down. So it's 4th down. You're going to have to throw the ball here, and you're going to have to pick up a first down. I think this is an out route to Eric Tate, and this is one of those things where it comes down to one offensive play changes the game, and you got to have max protection here, and this is going to go on the arm right here of Caden Tennyson. 4th down and 6, 2:37 left, a 1-point lead for the Buckeyes. The play of the game coming right here.
All right, you've got Henderson in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Low snap. They're going in the air, and they've got it. They got the first down.
Keeps the
they
clock
got
running.
The first down.
There's your out route to Eric Tate.
And that is a clutch play. What a call.
Clutch to
and
Eric
what
Tate.
a great throw by Tennyson.
I call him Sundays because he has got that kind of talent.
Well, you got to be able to go to your key players in those situations. 2:27. The clock now starts again. It's 2:22, 2:21.
Jeff, we're going to be at 2 minutes when we snap this ball, but number 14 comes in the game right now. Number 0, Bell, is in there.
You
We
just gotta
need a
hold the
positive
ball.
Play
You gotta
and
hold the ball.
Squeeze that thing like it's your mama's heart.
You got to hold the ball. Surratt has 1 timeout remaining. Here's the snap. Handoff. Smith up the middle. He gets maybe a yard. And they're going to be trying to strip the football. So you got to. They're in there, and he takes his last timeout right there with 1:56.
Now, Jeff.
So now let's do the math.
2nd down and 8. A first down, and this game's over. First down, and this game is over.
Well, he's out of timeouts.
That's what I'm
when
saying.
When that clock starts again at 1:56.
You got 3 downs. If you make a first down, the game is over.
Yeah.
As soon as you make a first down, it's victory formation, and the Buckeyes are going to get out of here with a 1-point win. Oh, my goodness.
Is that going to be the biggest upset this entire year?
It may be. It may be in the entire Alan Metzel era. And right now, the Buckeye fans are doing the math just right there with you. It's 2nd down and 8. We are going to keep this ball on the ground because they cannot stop the clock again. But if we make 1 first down, Jeff, it doesn't matter if it's on this down
because we'll
or
go
the
to
next
victory
down.
formation.
We go to victory formation and it's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
We cannot fumble the ball. And we don't want to give it back to these guys with any time. They can throw a route and something crazy happen, and we don't want to see that. So 1:56, I'm getting way too old for this. These kind of finishes. I'm going to tell you.
It's time for Dervay and
this
Mr.
whole
Bell
season is taking a
to
year off of my life.
And explode through this hole.
Yeah, Eric's Apple Watch is going, hey, man, you need to check with your doctor over here.
Yeah, I got some blood pressure medicine in the car. 2nd down and 8. Shift in formation, and here comes a run right up the middle with Mr. 14.
Yeah, they're going to keep it look at here. First down, touchdown! Touchdown! Number 11, Caden Tennyson on the bootleg, takes it around the corner. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Now we go up 7 points with an extra point, but we've left them 1:49, Jeff, and it's an 8-point game. They still absolutely have life to get back in this. That I would have loved to seen a Stump Godfrey slide down right there rather than a touchdown and run the clock out, because now we've given them an opportunity to get the ball back, and within 8 points, if we can make this field goal, they can still come back and tie the game.
All right, here's the extra point. It is up and good. And so Buckeyes up 8 points ahead. It is 44-36 with 1:49, and Joe Dodd's yelling over here, they let us score, and it did look like it.
Yeah,
it was pretty easy.
That's exactly what
they
happened.
wanted to have time. Now, we've done this before, too. I remember Jeff Traylor letting us score over in Trustmore.
You remember in the state championship game in 2009 when Stump Godfrey slid down at the 5? This is why. This is exactly why.
That would have been the move right there.
Slide down at the 5, and the game's over. The game is over, Jeff. The game
then
is
you
over.
go to victory formation.
I'll take the touchdown.
Yeah, the touchdowns are nice,
Well,
too.
now the worst thing that can happen is a tie ball game when we go to overtime. Don't even say it, but it is going to come down to the Carthage Bulldogs having a chance now. We need to kick this squib kick and maybe kick it out of the end zone. We got to play defense like our life depends upon it and hold them for 4 downs. And it's a chance right now for Carthage. Not a big chance.
Yeah, I really wish he would have taken a knee right there.
Yeah, just slide down. Just slide down.
I really wish he would have taken a knee.
The ball game would have been over.
But when you're running the ball and you see the end zone, you're trained to get in there, right? So I probably wouldn't have thought of that either. They are going to kick it all the way down out of the back of the end zone and say, come at the 25. And it is now in the hands of the Buckeye defense all the way, because here's what happens. If they were to get down the field and be able to score, they have to go for 2, and we know they have to go for 2.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we know they're going to go for 2, and that's a tall order for any offense to do.
I look back, Jeff, and just think, if you just wish that football IQ would have struck there at the 5 and slid down, because there's no way they can stop the clock now.
Yeah.
The game's over.
No timeouts.
We
Well,
went
see,
from
they
the
don't
game
have any
being over-
timeouts here.
No,
so
they don't. But
they're going to throw the ball. That
they've
stops
still
the clock.
got a chance.
Yeah.
They still have a chance.
They're going to be throwing probably mostly out routes right here. We got a coverage over here. Number 3 to Eric coming over. A little confusion on the coverage over here. And they're showing like they're stunting right here. You see Surratt go up and say point over here at number 32. And watching, Surratt drops back in the pocket, fires an out route, and it is a short out route for about 6 yards, maybe 7. He stops the clock, 1:40.
A ton of time, Jim.
Yeah. Second,
if we let them throw they'll go right down the field if we let them throw the out routes. And they've got all kinds of time to line up. They can take their time. They've got to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Where the pressure comes with them is if they got the ball in bounds.
well, when you feel pressure, sometimes you make mistakes, and maybe he'll throw another interception. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. That keeps the clock running. He escapes to the left side somehow or other, and he is on the run. Buckeyes got to get a hold of him. He gets out of bounds at the 45-yard lines of the Buckeye. And that is a great run. That's why you're showing he is an all-state back, and that's the reason why.
We just lost him. I mean, he was literally standing there. All we had to do was grab him and fall on him.
Ooh, he's slippery.
Yeah, Castillo falls on him, and not only do the clock still runs because they got no timeouts, he got out of bounds there, and they got the ball all the way down to the 45-yard line, Jeff. This is dangerous territory right now. Carthage is way too good to give him this chance.
Minute 13 left in the game. Carthage, 1st and 10 from the 45 of the Buckeyes. Buckeyes have got to get a stop here to get out of this game with a win. Surratt forced out of the pocket, rolling to his right side, is going to have to throw it away.
Yeah, that's okay because that just ran off about 9 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds. And Surratt's way smart enough to know that, hey, I'm just going to live to fight another day. He's got right now, Jeff, he's got 7 more plays if he only takes 10 seconds each. And he's got 2nd down and 10 now for the Buckeyes. It is imperative that they do not give up the routes to the inside or let them get into space where we got to tackle. We just got to play really good defense right here.
Yeah, we need to pick one here. We're going to force him. He's going to be nervous throwing this football. We just hope that he makes the mistake, tries to force something to happen.
Watch number 7 on this side right here.
Dropping back, Surratt looking downfield, fires one across the middle, and it is caught. And the clock is ticking. They have to move the chains, but then they'll start the clock right back up. And the clock has not started back up. 50, there it goes. It started now. Less than a minute to play.
We got man-to-man coverage down here, Jeff, on number 7.
Bottom of your screen. And we have got to play. They're throwing a out route here. What a great catch. What a great catch. I mean, that bird was all over that, and 7 somehow miraculously
you cannot play man-to-man out there. You cannot play man-to-man out there.
That was incredible.
Now they got all the time in the world, Jeff. 44 seconds left, and they are inside the 20-yard line. They can take 4 straight passes now into the end zone. And for the Buckeyes, it's about getting a turnover and making a big stop right here.
It is, or keeping them out on the 2-point
all this
conversion.
and knowing if you slid down on the 5, this game is over by now.
Yeah, I know. Surratt calling an audible, and they're going to I think they're going to run the ball. Here's the snap, handoff, bounces to the right side, dragging Buckeyes all the way down into the 3-yard line with 35 seconds, and the clock continues to run. And they're trying to get set. And they are going to throw it to the end zone. Touchdown.
It all comes down to one play now, Jeff, we gave them too much time. And remember, the Buckeyes had this game won. They absolutely had this game won. As we are trying to wipe this off now, and we need to call a timeout here and be prepared for going for 2, as they've got to go for 2 to tie this up. And they can still onside kick this after that, Jeff, because we left them way too much time.
23 seconds left. They get in on the scoreboard. Unbelievable. And they are lining up on the hash, about to go for it. And they have been good with that big offensive line. They've been good for 3 yards. Let's see if the Buckeyes can bow their necks. You think they'll do something crazy and try to throw?
No, they throw the ball here. I think they throw the ball here.
Man, that was unbelievable. You talk about Surratt, a smooth quarterback, a sophomore. Took him down the field for the score with 23 seconds left.
They have no timeouts to take here, Jeff.
Well, did we take the timeout? I think we took the timeout here. And so Buckeyes want to, they were going to talk it over. They want to make sure that, hey, they wanted to see the set that they were in and then maybe make them have to change it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the play clock was running down, and we had a chance there to get a 5-yard penalty, which I'm not sure makes a difference because you're going to run the same play anyway. At this point, everything comes down to us being able to get a stop here. And if you're Surratt, I don't know why you don't run the football here. I think you almost have to run the football. And I don't look now, Jeff, but I think we're looking at overtime.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, they've got to get 3 yards somehow or other, and the pressure is on them for sure to try to get it done. Again, I wish he would have slid down.
We slide down, and we win the game.
All right, Buckeyes, make a stand right here. This is the biggest play of your careers, boys, right here. This is the game. This is beating a team that hasn't been beaten 29 games. Number 1 team in the state. It's going to come down to one play right here to see if we go into overtime or if the Buckeyes leave here with a victory. Right here it is. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass. They got him open. They get the 2 points. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. 44-44 with 23 seconds on the clock. We're going to go into overtime with Carthage. This may be the greatest football game played in the last 10 years.
Well, both teams have had huge opportunities, Jeff, and I mean huge opportunities to end this game. And for the Buckeyes, if we slide down inside the 5-yard line and don't score, we don't give them any time to come back because they let us score, and that has paid huge dividends for them. Now we're in a situation where, honestly, I mean, a huge return here with 23 seconds left is not out of the question, but you got to think that they're going to pooch kick this ball here. We have, Jeff, 1 timeout remaining. So we do have the opportunity to run a couple offensive plays here if we fair catch the ball with 23 seconds to figure out how to get this ball down into potential field goal range. And you got nothing to lose. I mean, you're playing for overtime. The Buckeye defense unable to stop the passing game on both fronts. And you got to hand it to Carthage. They've acted like a champion here. Come all the way back from the dead. I mean, if Caden Tennyson slides down at the 5-yard line, this game's over.
We're already down on the.
We're on the field.
Yeah, we're on the field. I mean, what you got to hand it to Surratt. This is the reason he's got offers when he was a freshman.
Yeah,
this guy's the real deal. You can't take it away from him. You know how much pressure that kid was under? You're talking about a 16-year-old kid down here.
Oh yeah. And
able to take his team down there and not only get the touchdown but get the 2-point conversion. That is just amazing. And I'm impressed, but just I hate him right now. I can't stand it. You know? I mean, I hate that he's on that side of the ball. He is just a heck of a football player. And let's see what they're going to do now. I think they're going to, kick this one, little pooch kick down in the middle of the field. Number 7 takes a knee. And
23 seconds, Jeff.
So you got 23 seconds.
1 timeout, 23 seconds.
You're going to pass the ball. That obviously stops the clock. But now let's see if Tennyson can return serve on what Surratt just did with his team. You know they're going to be playing safeties deep.
Oh, they'll have 50 safeties deep. But one of the key things is, Jeff, you've got 3 guys that can run by anybody, and in a situation where you can literally create a deep ball here, you got to just take your shot.
All right, here's the snap. Heavy pressure, and they got him sacked on the 20-yard line. And they blitzed from the outside, and I mean, he had a beeline on Caden. We're lucky he didn't fumble right there.
Yeah, and we will take this one to overtime.
Yeah,
It's
this
just
is
that
going into
simple.
overtime right here. And that's the end of regular play, folks. 44-44, Gilmer against Carthage. Who in the world would have ever scripted this tonight? Nobody in Texas expected this. Unbelievable game, and I'm sure our audience at home are sitting on the edges of their seats like we are.
Yeah, now let's set this up, Jeff, because if there's any justice, because of the breaks that just happened and everything that just had to happen in order to get that done, again, we could slide down at the 5-yard line and the ball game is over. We are now going to play our overtime game to see what happens here. Coach Metzel and Coach Sherrod are going to meet at midfield, and they're going to flip the coin to see who goes first. And this is simple. Both teams will have a chance to score, and both teams are going to have an opportunity to stop the other team. We will see what the coin flip represents here to start. Yeah, the overtime rules are just like college. In the first overtime, both teams get a possession, both teams start at the 25-yard line, and both teams have a chance to stop the other team. We'll see who goes first and who goes second. Obviously, you want to go second. You want to go first, but I'm not sure with the defense just being on the field the whole time that we want to put the defense right back out there, especially from a momentum standpoint of what we just gave up.
Yeah, he's explaining the rules at midfield. And when's the last time you saw a game 4 of this magnitude go into overtime?
Yeah,
I mean, we've been doing this 22 years. This is a first. This is a first. So let's see. We can't hear anything that's going on out there, but they flipped the coin. Alan Metzel and Scott Surratt. A lot of respect between these two wonderful coaches. All right.
We will see who has the ball first.
Yeah, it looks
like the Buckeyes will have the ball first.
And wow, this is unbelievable. I cannot believe they just marched down the field and executed a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
With no timeouts, we slide down on the 5 and this game is done. That's why I say, Jeff, if there's any justice, if there's any karma, then we get an opportunity to go score here and score and make the extra point and put the pressure on Carthage to come in and try to match us.
I tell you what, this is they show you why who they are.
Yeah,
that last drive was that's all Carthage.
They don't know how to lose.
Carthage.
They don't know. They don't.
I mean, I would have freaked out down there and been throwing the ball all over the yard. I mean, this kid, 16 years old, you just got to be impressed.
Well, now we got to execute because the momentum is all on the side of Carthage right now. We got to take the momentum back.
All right, 25-yard line of Carthage, bootleg, left side. Falls down on the 20.
5-yard gain on first down.
I'll take that.
Absolutely right where you want to be. Taking what the defense gives them to a large degree. Brings up 2nd down and 5.
I hate these, and I hate overtime rules. It's just...
Yeah, both teams will get an opportunity here.
So you got to capitalize. You absolutely have to get this touchdown. Dropping back, looking to pass, got some pressure. He goes for the end zone and overthrows to retake. And I think I would have preferred he run on that one a little bit. Yeah,
and pick up the first down because now it's 3rd down. He had an open touchdown, just got excited and overthrew him.
Yeah, he just threw it over the top. So now we're looking at 3rd and 5.
And maybe outside the field goal range as well. So this is a critical down right here for the Buckeyes. They're going to try to get pressure on Caden Tennyson.
You got to think we got to keep it on the ground. Nope, they're going to run for it. Caden rolling to the right. Cuts up inside, they stop him. 1-yard gain. 1-yard gain.
So now we're going to send in the field goal unit.
Yeah,
to try to
now you got to try. Now you got to
depend
on your defense to stop them for 25 yards. And I really hate having to settle for a field goal here.
Yeah, well, you go back to it, Jeff. The Buckeyes had an opportunity to win this game, and it would be over already. But again, here's extra point field goal.
Kick is up. It's got the length, and it is good. So Buckeyes get to draw first blood. Now, your defense has to stop Carthage. Same thing, 25-yard line. You know they're going to come out slinging for the end zone from the word go.
Well, now is about execution, and you can't blow an assignment because one mistake here costs you the game, and truly the game is on the line. Now, what you hope there is that you get a tip ball or something happens and Carthage turns it over because that ends the game automatically. But right now, they got all of the opportunity right now for Carthage is they can go for this and just go all out because if they score a touchdown, the game's over.
Yeah, and you just hope for a fumble. Here, bad snap, something. Just some kind of lucky break. We're due, and Carthage just can't be this lucky to get out last week and get out this week.
Yeah, it's
just not good karma.
Yeah, it is not good karma at all. Watch the tight end here. Watch the drag route across the middle.
All right, under center. Drops the ball, picks it up, and they're going to tackle him at the line of scrimmage. I was hoping for a bad snap, but I'll take a little fumble.
Brings up 2nd and 10 now, Jeff, and this is imperative here because if we can get them into 4th down and they have to go for it, the pressure just turns up on them. This is running situation for them. They got to get this ball back into 3rd down and manageable. They got to stay ahead of the chains. That bad snap right there was a huge
That's just a wasted play.
Opportunity for the Buckeyes to get them behind the chains. Now this is a passing scenario here. Watch number 5.
Yeah, 2nd and 9 from the 24. Surratt drops back. He's looking for 5. Forced out of the pocket. And he fumbles the ball. Buckeyes just got it.
The ball game's over. The Buckeyes win. The Buckeyes win. The Buckeyes win. The Buckeyes win. The Buckeyes win.
All right. Listen, Buckeyes recover the fumble. They win the game. Carthage is stunned. A 29-game winning streak is now over. Buckeyes upset #1 ranked Carthage Bulldogs in the 4th round of the Division II 4A playoffs. History has been made, and the Buckeyes are falling all over themselves on the field. The boys are exhausted. Look at the elation in the coaches. The yelling that's going on around us right here, unbelievable. These boys came in this stadium today and played their heart out. And let me tell you something about our coaching staff. Let me just tell you, if you ever wonder where the best coaches live, they live in 75644 is where they live. Because that game on the defensive side as well as the offensive side was masterful.
Yeah, Jeff, let me tell you.
It was masterful.
We said karma has got to turn at some point, and it turned on exactly the right play. The Buckeyes hustle, find a way to recover that fumble, and the ball game is
overtime. This is that's the greatest football game I've ever watched. I've never seen a better football game. If you know of a better game, I'd like to go watch the replay of it. This is the best game I've ever seen.
29-game winning streak comes to an end.
These guys have been underestimated all year long.
Absolutely.
They have been by everybody, all the guys that do the power rankings. Oh, Gilmer's number 7, Gilmer's number 9, Gilmer's, Carthage number 1.
Well, you know what?
Hey, Carthage deserved to be number 1.
You know what Gilmer is? They're playing next Friday night. That's what Gilmer is.
That's exactly right.
The Buckeyes come up with the W in overtime, and it's karma, Jeff.
Get some of that! That's our coaching staff yelling in here.
Happy as they can possibly be for good reason.
Let's think about this for a second. This game tonight was back and forth. It was like a tennis match. Buckeyes opening drive, we stop them. The defense stops them on 4th down. An unfortunate penalty puts them on the board.
And Jeff,
we had an interception that we didn't get called.
A fumble?
We had a fumble that we didn't get called. There was a lot of turnovers on both sides, a lot of penalties on both sides, quite frankly. It kind of evened out, though, like you said.
Karma was going to come, and it comes down to the last play of the game.
Unbelievable.
All of the momentum is on the side of the Carthage Bulldogs. They finally make the mistake. The Buckeyes capitalize.
Unbelievable. I've never been happier for our coaching staff than I am right right now. Alan Metzel.
It is good as it gets.
And this is the greatest day of his life for
and folks,
sure.
If you hung on and watched this is one you absolutely want to come watch 2 or 3 times afterwards.
Holy smoke.
As, and this is one of the things that I just absolutely love. You see Will Henderson and
don't
Lamar
you love
Bird.
being a Buckeye? Don't you just
I'm
love?
telling you, it is the greatest time in the world right now as you see those kids.
Listen,
absolutely
we might as well just
losing
run
their
the
minds.
Super Bowl to beat Carthage after 29 straight wins.
29
Pick number
games.
1, going for their 10th ring this year. That's a victory in itself. Now, we got to go next. We got 2 more games to win.
2 more games.
If you're going to get that
Glen
ring.
Rose next week, and it's probably somewhere in
probably the
I would say North Dallas,
area.
probably Frisco.
Yeah. Probably maybe Mesquite, somewhere in there.
So stay tuned, Buckeye fans, as we get through this weekend. We will educate you on the Coach's Show on Sunday, and boy, are we going to have a lot to talk about. Let me tell you something.
Oh, my goodness.
You and I both will do the Coach's Show.
It's going to be a long Coach's Show. There's a lot to talk about.
We will blow the 30
folks,
minutes
we want
out
to
of the
thank
water.
everybody for listening to us tonight. Unbelievable. Gilmer wins 47-44 in overtime with a fumble recovery from Carthage. Hey, let me say this. Hats off to Carthage.
My gosh, you
what
kidding
a
me?
program. Scott
Championship
Surratt.
program, tradition.
Unbelievable. And the fact that the Buckeyes were able to beat a team of that caliber just shows you how far these guys have come this year. Never underestimate a Buckeye. Folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting our sponsors. I want to thank Brent and Marty for coming up at halftime. We want to thank them for their great sponsorship and generosity to our community. And folks, we'll get with you. Be sure to watch the Coach's Show Monday morning. Buckeyes win 47-44.